It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling 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 and sipping this tea. It's your under degrees. Sip with me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Sip with me, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling this tea, spilling and sipping this tea, spilling and sipping this tea.
What's going on, on, Diamond Gang. Get in here. Did you miss me? Because I missed y'all. I missed the vertical world. What's going on, y'all? What's up? Shouts out to Mitch. Shouts out to EJ. I want to give a special shout out to my girl Sharon. I love you. I do. So what's going on? I got a lot of information to go over. Y'all. You know your boy tacoed out. And hell strikes off. But guess what, y'all? Guess what happened? The Senate today advanced a resolution to halt military actions in Iran. Republican Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana went with the Dems and voted against Trump. Yeah, we got a lot to get into. Todd Blanche, you know what? Now he know how Pam Bondi feels, okay? Now he know. He didn't do too good today either. But let's get into it. We're going to get into the lawsuit that Trump dropped, the fund that he's trying to get and to give to those that were prosecuted under the Biden administration. We got a lot to go over, y'all. We got a lot to go over. So without further ado, yeah, they're finally waking up, baby. Would you say, imagine playing sad is the big 26 and you're a grown man, get a job. Who you talking to? And who you talking about? Let's start there. Listen. I'm going to say this, and I say this all the time. All opinions will be respected until you become disrespectful. Do not disrespect any of my moderators. Do not disrespect anybody that's supporting me in my chat. You will be removed. All opinions will be respected, even if they are opposing of minds. Okay? This is a safe space. You're free to feel how you want to feel. You just can't be disrespectful. That's it. That's all. Right. This is not the left or the right. It's not about Democrat, Republican. It's about right and wrong and about Trump basically not having any respect for the Constitution. He wants to do whatever he wants to do. Okay? All right, so without further ado, I'm going to bring my screen up, and y'all know how we give it up. We start from the prior day up until real time. All right, gang. I'll tell you guys about my Rumble account. I am now on Rumble, so I've been streaming over there as well. If you have a Rumble, please subscribe. It is the same name, DaGreatSpillsDaTea. I give updates over there, but they're not as long, okay, as over here. Yes, all opinions are welcomed in this live stream. All right, so let's go. So Diamond Gang, we're going to start off with Trump stating that he was going to resume strikes. Okay, let's get it.
Just in, a senior U.S. official told Axios' Barack Ravid that it is time for Iran to put something real on the table, what they called a stir.
Hold on, y'all know what to do. Hit the like, please, and thank you. This channel is not monetized. If you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is pinned, but the likes are free. Please and thank you. It takes a lot for me to gather up these clips, put them together, and present them. So please and thank you. Hit the like. Let's go.
And granular conversation on the nuclear program. And then came the warning. If that does not happen, the U.S. says the next conversation could be through bombs.
The Trump administration going to return to major combat operations with Iran? It's impossible to say for certain, but I think the odds of this are quite high. Negotiations between the United States.
Let me stop this real quick. Let me tell you something, guys. The soldiers that were hit in the Middle East in the beginning of this war is speaking out, and what Pete Hegseth is saying versus what they are saying is contradicting what Hegseth is saying. This is sad. These soldiers, and 6 was unalived, they asked for more medical assistance. This is devastating. We're going to go through that tonight too. Let's go.
States and Iran over its nuclear program, not to mention the situation in the Strait of Hormuz, where Iran has its own blockade, competing with an American blockade of Iranian ports. Those negotiations appear to be deadlocked, like so much else about this conflict, leaving us in a situation where the United States is imposing very significant economic pain on Iran through its blockade, while Iran essentially is doing the same to the global economy through its closure of the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of global oil traffic and about 10% of all maritime commerce is currently ground to a halt. So,
and what they are not getting, okay, they have been going through economic hardships for years, okay, with sanctions on top of sanctions. They're frozen funds. They have been going through this for a very long time. Their objectives is to crush the economy, okay? And that's what they're doing globally.
And has said numerous times that he believes that the economic pressure that our blockade is going to impose on Iran will bring it to a place where it's willing to engage in meaningful negotiations in a serious deal. Well, that hasn't happened yet, and it's unclear if that could happen on any kind of realistic timeline before the inflationary pressures of the Iranian blockade start to cause real pain here in the United States beyond even the elevated price at the pump. But inflationary pressure.
Pay attention, because their blockade is causing stress globally.
Across a range of goods, all of which is to say, can President Trump persist with this situation for much longer, or is he going to try to have to force the strait open through military means, even if that means a return to broader conflict in the region? Again, I would not be surprised at all to see that happening, potentially even very, very soon.
Hey, this is breaking news. President Trump says he's holding off on striking Iran, which was initially scheduled to take place tomorrow after speaking.
Now, let me say this, gang, because he said that he was holding it off due to Qatar, due to Saudi Arabia, due to the UAE. They asked him, they requested, okay? Now, there are some conflicting stories where they're saying that they didn't. However, I can't see why they wouldn't, because if they resume strikes, those countries will be hit first with precision. The UAE was just hit 2 days ago. Okay. So I believe that they may have asked for more time, despite the conflicting stories that they didn't, because they would be the first to suffer. Let's go.
Speaking with the leadership of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE, saying that serious negotiations are now taking place and that, in their opinion, as great leaders and allies, a deal will be made which will be very acceptable to the United States of America. The deal will include, importantly, no nuclear weapons for Iran.
Donald Trump just announced that he has...
Let me tell y'all, right now, they are mapping out plans with another party to control and offer safe passage through the straits. I don't care what Trump is saying, okay? They're not giving up control of the straits. And as I speak right now, they are making plans, okay? Let's go.
Canceled a planned military attack on Iran that was evidently scheduled for tomorrow because serious negotiations are taking place. He says he's doing this at the request of the UAE president, the Saudi crown prince, and Qatar's emir. He says that serious negotiations are taking place, and the people he spoke with seem to believe a deal will be made, which will be a very acceptable one to the United States of America and the countries all over the world. He even claims this deal will include, importantly, no nuclear weapons for Iran. He says based on the love and respect that he has for the above leaders, no attack is going to take place. However, he's prepared to go forward with a full, large-scale assault of Iran on a moment's notice if the deal is not reached. This is just embarrassing.
Listen, he is so mad right now about the War Powers Resolution and the vote that they needed that they got tonight, this evening. He is upset because now he'll have to go through Congress. Period, point blank. Let's go.
Earlier today, Iran rejected a U.S. proposal, and they're still demanding a full return of their frozen funds, U.S. war compensation, and an end to the war before even talking about nukes. There's been no breakthrough in negotiations by any means. Iran is still standing their ground, and it seems like Donald Trump just surrendered.
The president saying now that he will be holding off on a strike on Iran that had been planned for tomorrow. He says in this Truth Social post that he was asked by the leaders of Saudi Arabia and the UAE to hold off on this planned military attack, which he says is because serious negotiations are now taking place. He said,
and I'm going to show you guys why I believe, for some reason, I believe that they did ask.
In their opinion, these two leaders feel that a deal will be made, which will be acceptable to the U.S. and to the Middle East. He says the deal, most importantly, will include no nuclear weapons for Iran. He says as a result of these conversations with the UAE and Saudi Arabia, they will not be doing the scheduled attack of Iran, but has further instructed his military leaders, including Secretary Pete Hegseth.
They revised their points, but it's barely a change.
To be prepared to go forward with a full, large-scale assault of Iran on a moment's notice in the event that an acceptable deal is not reached. So, Scott, a little bit to get everybody up to speed here and to recap what's been going on today. We do know the U.S. and Iran have been trading proposals, at least trading concerns and views through Pakistan, which continues to mediate these talks. We did not yet know that there were confirmed strikes for tomorrow. We knew that the president's threat was alive and well to resort to strikes if the negotiations weren't moving forward. Now he says that had been planned, but he will be holding off of it as we.
Diamond Gang, please, and thank you. Please hit the like for your girl. It helps keep me in the algorithm. I haven't been live in 2 days. I got information that I want to share, but I do not want to keep stopping and begging for likes. Please and thank you. If you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is pinned. Let's go.
We wait for more negotiations to keep going. So a little bit of forward progress here, although, as he says at the end there, the threat remains alive and well of returning to military operations if he needs it.
Okay, another major development or another turn, I guess, on Iran. President Trump is saying that he has called off a planned big attack on Iran that was going to happen tomorrow. If you saw over the weekend, he threatened that there would be a major attack coming, that the clock was ticking, that there would be nothing left for Iran if they didn't give in.
Per his usual, the same old threats.
Soon. Now he says that he has been talked to by the leaders of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates, and that they have all urged him to hold off on a planned attack on Iran, saying that there are serious negotiations now underway. And
again, Diamond Gang, they revised their points, but there is barely, it's minimum. You can't even see that there's any changes. Both sides, okay?
And Trump is saying in this statement, calling off this alleged attack, that the deal that will be cut will include no nuclear weapons for Iran. So that's where we stand now. The Iranians did say earlier today, Monday, that they had sent a counterproposal back to the United States. So there is some back and forth, but
there definitely is some back and forth through Pakistan. However, again, they revised their points and there's not a big difference in what the revision is, okay?
There's been no real sign that Iran has been willing to give in on the fundamental issues here, particularly its right to enrich uranium, what it calls its right to enrich uranium. So we will see. Of course, the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. Oil prices went up significantly over the weekend. Now, let
me tell you something. They are still making moves. They are making moves around the United States. They are putting together a plan with other countries, okay, to provide safe passage through the straits So they're like, we don't care what you say. Let me tell you something. Right after Trump left China, guess who's down there? Putin. Right after Trump left, Putin flew right there. So Putin is in China right now. Let's go.
Over $100 a barrel, and no real sign of an agreement, but according to President Trump, an attack that he says was coming, again, didn't know that, is now called off. In other words, we are basically where we have been now for several weeks.
Yep, for several weeks. And now he's going to have to go to Congress. You heard? He's going to have to go to Congress for any, like he literally has to ask. Okay, let's go.
Although there is talk, at least, of negotiations between the United States and Iran.
I'm going to tell you right now, J.D. Vance, he keep on. He's going to mess up his chances, little chances that he has.
Well, other countries have come to me and they've said we were getting ready to do a very major attack tomorrow. And I put it off for a little while, hopefully maybe forever, but possibly for a little while, because we've had very big discussions with Iran, and we'll see what they amount to. I was asked by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, and some others if
Listen, they said they don't know what he's talking about. So let's go.
we could put it off for 2 or 3 days, a short period of time, because they think that they are getting very close to making a deal. And if we can do that where there's no nuclear weapon going into the hands of Iran, I think, and if they're satisfied.
I showed you guys in the last live stream that I went vertical and horizontal how many countries that Iran was meeting with to make and prepare to make deals around the U.S. to get ships through the straits. I told y'all that.
We will be probably satisfied also. We've informed Israel. We've informed other people in the Middle East that have been involved with us. And, it's a very positive development, but we'll see whether or not it amounts to anything. We've had periods of time where we thought pretty much getting close to making a deal and didn't.
Diamond Gang, I don't want to keep stopping. Please, 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 and thank you. Hit the like for your girl. It helps keep me in the algorithm. I haven't been live over here in 2 days. I need y'all to hit that like.
Work out, but this is a little bit different. Now, we're ready going tomorrow, very big, and not something I wanted to do, but we have no choice because we cannot let Iran have a nuclear weapon.
The U.S. has offered.
He keeps saying that. I got a piece in here. Obama just recently did an interview. I have a piece in here of Obama's interview where he is speaking as far as how and why he made the decision that he made, which in the end, Trump will mock that same plan. I'm telling you. But this time, they're going to get a little more. Let's go.
To release part of Iran's frozen assets, but Iran declined this offer and demanded.
Bingo. The U.S. offered to release part of their frozen assets, okay? They declined. I'm telling you, when they put together this plan or when they come to negotiate and come up with an agreement, it's going to mock Obama's.
Did the full amount be released? Washington has agreed to release 25% of Iran's funds on a phased schedule, but Tehran
also they released sanctions on them too. So they're acting like, oh, they're going to do this, Iran's going to do that, but we are slowly folding. Let's go.
demands full access to its assets and a complete lifting of all sanctions. At the same time, Trump is losing patience. A source said Iran has days, not weeks, to present a viable proposal to break the deadlock. Iran's latest proposal calls for a permanent end to the war, full sanctions relief, and the reopening of Hormuz. Iran's nuclear program will be addressed only later in stages of negotiations, so essentially nothing has changed, and Trump is unhappy. At the same time, another Iranian ship.
Come on, Diamond Gang. I got 151 in the building, 16 likes. I'm going to need some of y'all to please and thank you. Hit the like. This channel is not monetized. The likes are free. The likes are free. Please and thank you. Let's go, Diamond Gang. I ain't been over here in 2 days. I am currently building a channel on Rumble. All right. I said I would never abandon my audience, but come on. Please and thank you. Hit the like for your girl. Let's go.
Has broke through the U.S. blockade line. An Iranian tanker that was under U.S. sanctions, which was off the coast of India 2 weeks ago, has now docked at Karg Island. All of this completely contradicts the narrative the Trump administration has been trying to push, that Iran has been absolutely defeated and they're begging us for a deal. In reality, they're actively declining U.S. proposals.
The push and pull for peace continues in the Middle East, with reports the United States has offered a temporary waiver on sanctions targeting Iranian.
They offered a waiver on sanctions. Let's go. But you heard what President Trump said. Slowly but surely, we are folding. We are giving.
In oil in a bid to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran has formed a new body to manage the key shipping route as Donald Trump prepares to meet national security advisors on possible military action against Iran. The regime continues to demand a lasting ceasefire in Lebanon before any broader peace deal can take place.
Iran just launched an official account for the legal entity that's going to be controlling.
Bingo. I told you guys. They are literally putting this deal together where they will have future control of the straits. They are going all the way around us. They are meeting with their allies. They are even meeting with our allies. You understand? This is serious.
Traffic through the Strait of Hormuz even after the war is over. This is the opposite of surrendering. It's called the Persian Gulf Strait Authority, and it's essentially going to manage Hormuz. This post says navigation within the introduced boundaries of the Strait of Hormuz, which were previously determined by the armed forces and authorities of the IRGC, is contingent upon full coordination with these entities, and passage without permission will be considered illegal. They also launched what's called Hormuz Safe, a Bitcoin-backed insurance service for
Bitcoin. All right, backed by Bitcoin. This is how they're going to receive their payments for the ships that they do allow. Again, they are not only working with their allies, they are working with our allies. I showed you Hirachi, or however you pronounce his name, met with about 10 different countries. 10 different countries. Let's go. I showed y'all that the last live. Meeting after meeting.
Shipping companies that want to transit through the strait. The Iranian government says it could generate more than $10 billion in revenue.
While Trump is playing games and posting on Truth Social, this is what they're doing. While Trump is golfing at his golf course, this is what they're doing. Strategizing.
From the program. Iran says the shipment will be covered from the moment of confirmation and signed receipt will be given to the owner. As of right now, it's not clear if this insurance service will be charged in addition to tolls, which have been as much as $2 million per ship. More information on their official website will be coming soon. One thing is pretty obvious. This is not how a country acts if they're on the verge of being defeated or surrendering.
It is now day 80 of the U.S.-Israeli war on Iran. Here's a roundup of what happened in the past 24 hours. Iran's Tasnim news agency reported
All right,
today.
so after we do the roundup, we're going to start with this morning, what's going on. Let's go.
that Iran submitted an updated 14-point proposal to the U.S. through Pakistan mediation. According to Tasneem, Tehran introduced several amendments, with the revised text focusing primarily on ending the war while stressing Iran's right to enrich uranium, as well as the lifting of sanctions.
Yes, Diamond Gang, please, please, please be respectful. You can disagree with me all day long. Put it in the chat. Just don't curse. If you feel like it, mispronounce them, and don't be disrespectful, because my mods will remove you. This is a safe space. You don't have to agree with nothing I'm saying. Prove your point. Say what you got to say, but do it respectfully. Thank you.
And the release of frozen Iranian assets. Iran also said Washington has agreed to temporarily ease oil sanctions during the talks, a claim officials in Washington have explicitly denied. The U.S. also maintains that its naval blockade will continue until Iran agrees to specific terms, including the dismantling of its nuclear enrichment program. A senior U.S. official told Axios that Iran's updated offer contains only token improvements and remains.
See, I told you guys a minimum. So they really didn't change too much of anything.
Is insufficient to reach an agreement to the end of the war. This comes as President Donald Trump claimed today that he canceled a planned attack on Iran for tomorrow at the request of Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Trump added that he will carry out a full large-scale assault if Iran does not submit to U.S. demands for a deal. The U.S. National Security meeting is scheduled for tomorrow to determine the next phase of military or diplomatic action. Global oil prices rose sharply today due to the re-escalation risks. This comes as Iran officially announced the formation of the Persian Gulf.
Listen, I wonder now that Congress is in the game, how he going to deal with this? How is he going to deal with this? Because today, right before I went on, he was saying a whole lot.
Strait Authority to manage and potentially charge tolls for passage through the Strait of Hormuz, which it currently effectively controls. Iran has warned that any navigation without full coordination with the Iranian Navy is now considered illegal. The Iranian Foreign Ministry spokesperson stated today that
again, they are getting ready with our allies and some of our allies and their allies to get this plan together for safe passage and charge tolls. So everybody, their allies, including some of ours, they're working around the U.S. now. They're working around them, and they feel like they don't have to come to us. None of that. You want to know why? Because Trump did it to them. He did not consult with them prior to, and then the straits was open prior to this war of choice. But then the straits get closed because they didn't think of any type of strategy, which I showed you guys. Each administration thought that was in their thoughts that they can close the straits. Why this administration never even thought that they would do something like this is insane to me. So you break something and then you expect our allies to fix it. So now, because you done bullied, you done put sanctions, tariffs, you done did all types of stuff. Now they're working around you with the enemy. Let's go.
Tehran is in continuous talks with Oman to develop a joint mechanism for safe maritime traffic. A Reuters corporate data study released today estimates that the ongoing war has cost global companies at least $25 billion due to energy price surges and supply chain disruptions. Meanwhile, Israeli airstrikes killed at least 8 people in Lebanon in the past 24 hours. Bringing the official total death toll of the conflict to 3,020, according to Lebanon's health ministry. Hezbollah launched a series of retaliatory strikes targeting Israeli military infrastructure and troop concentrations in both.
They never stopped. He can't even get a hold of Israel. They never stopped.
both southern Lebanon and northern Israel, including launching an explosive drone at an Iron Dome aerial defense position in the Galilee region.
All right, so we are now 81 days into the war with Iran and just passed a pretty interesting benchmark, if we can call it that. 41 days of ceasefire. So this went into effect 41 days ago. That was after 40 days of hostilities. So we've now been negotiating or in the negotiating phase longer than the fighting phase.
This is insane. Let's go.
There's not a lot of indication that we're close to making a deal, although it seems like every other day there's an announcement that a deal is on the horizon. In fact, last night, President Trump said that the countries of a bunch of different leaders, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, UAE, reached out to him and said, can you please hold off on this attack that you're planning? Because it seems like a deal is right around the corner. I don't know if an attack was getting ready to happen. Those countries, through the Wall Street Journal, senior officials said, we don't know what the president was talking about here. They were not.
Okay, so they're denying it, but for some reason, I can't see why they wouldn't ask for more time. Because if we resume, they will be hit bad and hard. They will suffer before we will. Let's go.
Not aware of a pending attack, and we're not aware of anyone in their country reaching out asking the president to postpone it. So as it sits today, the blockade still in effect. Iran has set up their transit authority. They now have a website, a Twitter account handle, and all that stuff.
Do y'all hear this? They have a website. So they are right now planning this safe passage. They are literally working around us, y'all. This is crazy, according to what our administration is telling us. They're begging for a deal. He said this again before I came on. Does this sound like they're begging for a deal? No, it don't.
And are asking for payment, my understanding, through Bitcoin to be able to pass through the Strait of Hormuz. So Iran still has their blockade of the Strait. The U.S. is still maintaining our blockade of Iranian ports and Iranian ships. It does look like, you got to go to an expert in this area, but it does look like a handful of ships have made it through the U.S. blockade. So it's not 100%. I saw on tanker trackers yesterday, I think it was, that 3 or 4 Iranian sanctioned vessels.
Listen, I'm just a messenger. That's it. That's all. Does this sound like they're begging for a deal? No, it doesn't.
Had made it through. Maybe they get picked up later, or maybe there's another plan there, but it's not a 100% foolproof blockade, or at least we're not stopping everything in and out. Long way around to say, not a lot has changed in terms of the Iran war. It seems like every day this goes on, it's taking more and more of a back seat, but at this point, it's really nowhere near resolved.
In case you missed it, Iran launched a drone strike at the UAE's only nuclear power plant yesterday.
With precision. This is the type of this I'm telling you. If we resume strikes, they will suffer big time.
And one of the 3 drones got through the air defenses and struck one of the electrical generators and set off a big fire. But luckily, no nuclear material was released. There's no radiation, but this was very, very close to being a huge disaster. This was an escalation in this conflict. And today, Trump said he had announced and approved a new wave of strikes against Iran. Shortly thereafter, 3 of the Arab countries reached out to him and asked for more time to come up with a peace deal, and he is granting that. So he's holding off on the strikes for now. He said he hopes for forever, but maybe just for a short time. So hopefully something gets worked out here, because this has been escalating a lot. It's presumed that Iran struck a secret nuclear test site in Israel.
Let me tell y'all, in the beginning of this war, they hit 16 U.S. bases, inhabitable, mass destruction. Okay, when they strike, they are very strategic when they do what they do.
We're still trying to get confirmation on all that. Right now, Israel is saying it was a test that occurred, but the footage from the explosion does not look like any test anyone has ever seen. Let me know what you guys think about this. Spread the word, follow along for more, and I'll see you here for the 411.
Breaking news. How do you say Iran won the war without saying Iran won the war? With a post like this that Donald Trump posted on his Truth Social yesterday, he claims that the Emir of Qatar, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, and the President of the UAE all called him to urge a delay in any planned U.S. military strike against Iran, scheduled for today, Tuesday, May 19th. Whether true or not, the post shows that the Gulf states want no more instability or war in the region.
That part, because they're going to suffer terribly.
They appear scared of Iran and now realize that Trump and the U.S. may not be able to protect them despite years of American military bases and equipment in the Middle East. Those Gulf countries once felt secure under U.S. and Israeli.
And now they don't anymore. They don't. So pretty soon, they're going to have to come up with something on their own. On our own. They don't even feel safe. They hit 16 U.S. bases with help from Russia and potentially China. Let's go.
Backing and aligned with them, but now see all that hardware as useless and are begging Trump not to restart any campaign. Even Republican former White House press secretary Ari Fleischer tweeted today that Iran won this war if those calls are the reason Trump is holding off. Though he insisted Iran started this conflict back in 1979 and it's time to finish the job now. Meanwhile, after recognizing the breakaway state of Somaliland, Israel says it has now set up a base there using UAE-funded infrastructure and underground hangars in Berbera. Israeli Channel 14 reported that the move gives the Israeli Air Force far greater leverage over the Houthis in Yemen by cutting the distance from 2,000 kilometers to just 300 to 350 kilometers, allowing repeated strikes without refueling aircraft and helping secure control over the key Bab al-Mandab Strait.
Right now, the Middle East is waiting to see if the U.S. bombing campaign of Iran will resume after President Trump announced yesterday he was holding off on a planned attack.
Diamond Gang, what y'all feeling? How y'all feel? We're not even, at the tip of the iceberg yet. I mean, there was a lot going on today. A lot.
That was scheduled to take place today at the request of Gulf countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the UAE, all countries that would likely come under direct Iranian attack if the war does resume. Now, the president overnight said the request was just for 2 to 3 days, and he believes that there will either be a deal or ultimately the action against Iran.
Listen, if there isn't, he's going to have to, I'm telling you, with this war powers resolution going on, I don't see how he's going to be able to work around a lot of things or do what he wants to do, but we'll see.
Iran would start up again. And so this will be a critical time period to see if some sort of agreement can get across the finish line. And the president, in remarks overnight, said if they can do a deal that includes no nuclear weapon going into the hands of Iran, he thinks that these Gulf countries would be satisfied, and adds that we will probably be satisfied as well.
Okay, so he's basically saying if they agree to the nuclear, they can't have a nuclear weapon, then we'll be satisfied. The Gulf countries will be satisfied. So what do y'all think? Is he going to take that as a victory? Will he take that as a victory? Because he said, and I showed you guys that last week, that whatever the outcome may be, he's going to sell it to the people as a victory. Would you guys accept that? Being as though that we did not literally accomplish, we haven't, any of the objectives. None. Thus so far. So you going to accept just that? Okay, let's go.
And so a lot of questions here, and we are tracking the latest developments.
My thing is, if you're going to accept that, why the hell did you tear up Obama's deal? Where we had oversight, where we knew if they were enriching or not, what they were doing. Why would you do that? Makes no sense. This was all about nothing, all about ego.
On Fox News throughout the day.
How close were you to striking Iran?
I was an hour away. We were all set to go. You're talking about yesterday.
Yes.
We were going to be striking it would have been happening right now. Yeah, it was all done. The boats, the ships are all loaded. They're loaded to the brim. And we were all set to start.
Under Obama, they had one small little enrichment program. That's it. That's all. One. You tear up the deal. You pull everybody out of there. You don't know what they're doing. But because, and you had no proof, but you say you just felt that. You didn't have any information from the Pentagon intelligence. You just felt it in your bones. This is crazy. Let's go.
Very complicated country, and it's a country that I wouldn't pretend that I understand even after.
J.D. Vance, I'm telling you, he is messing up his chances.
As deep as I've been involved in this process from the very beginning, it's a great and proud civilization, amazing people. We obviously have a great Iranian American community here in the United States of America, smart people, very hardworking, and you see some of that in the negotiating team on the other side. You also see some very hardline positions.
You see a lot of that. When they went over to negotiate, he didn't know what to do. He's not knowledgeable, has no background. And there would have been he was on the phone with Netanyahu the entire time he was over there. He knows nothing about enriching uranium. We had nobody over there with him to discuss those parts. Let's go.
In the negotiating team on the other side. And so I think you see that conflict, the fact that maybe the Iranians aren't themselves quite clear in what direction they want to go to. They also are just a fractured country. So you have the leadership of the country, there's the supreme leader, and then there are a lot of officials below the supreme leader that has some influence in the negotiation. It's not sometimes totally clear what the negotiating position of the team is. And I don't know if that's sometimes bad communication, if that's...
No. He's saying bad communication. It was very bad communication on our side. Remember, he returned no deal, nothing.
Bad faith. I wouldn't pretend to venture a guess there, but I will say with confidence, it's sometimes hard to figure out exactly what it is that the Iranians want to accomplish out of the negotiation. So what we've done is tried to be as clear as possible. What are our red lines? What are the things that we're willing to be accommodating on? And what are the things that we absolutely must have? And as the president has said ad nauseum, and I think I've said it a lot.
The main thing, the number one problem is trust. They don't trust us. We bombed twice. We bombed them twice in the midst of negotiations. So I don't understand what part of that they don't understand. Let's go.
Too, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. We want to see not just the commitment to not have a nuclear weapon, but the commitment to work with us on a process to ensure that not just now, not just when Donald Trump.
Right, to work with us. Listen, Obama had that deal in place. Obama had that. You mark my words. It will mark Obama's. I guarantee you.
Trump as president, but years down the road that the Iranians are not rebuilding that nuclear capability. And that's what we're trying to accomplish in the negotiations.
There are consequences for posting a video of hitting a golf ball at someone's head, as Trump is having a major FAFO moment
now,
today.
We're getting ready to get into the lawsuit, the funds that he's trying to set aside for anyone that was prosecuted in the Biden administration, for their families who lost their job, who was arrested. They broke the law. The Senate just passed a resolution
to require him to either end hostilities with Iran or require approval from Congress to continue with.
I'm sorry. We're going to get into this first. I'm sorry. And then we'll talk about the funds in the lawsuit. I'm sorry. So this is about the War Powers Resolution. He's angry. He's mad because Bill Cassidy got his paybacks. Trump chose not to endorse him. So what did he do? He lost. So what did he do? He voted against Trump today. So Trump got a taste of his own medicine today. Diamond Gang, please, 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 please hit the like. I got 122 in the building. Can I get at least 15 more likes, please? And thank you. The likes are free. Please subscribe to the channel. Keep your notifications on. I give these updates quite often. If you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is pinned, but the likes are free. Thank you.
The war. This came as 4 Republicans joined Democrats to advance this resolution. Now, John Fetterman, the Democrats, still voted against this, but the Republicans that joined in with the Democrats are Senator Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski.
Baby, they're switching sides. We're about to see a sea of blue. We're about to see a sea of blue. Let's go.
Rand Paul and Bill Cassidy, who Trump campaigned against, and he lost his re-election primary. Trump posted a video of himself hitting a golf ball, and then it goes and it hits him in the head. Yeah, that Bill Cassidy has now voted against Trump and is going scorched earth on Trump. There are consequences, guys. Trump did that when Cassidy is still a sitting member of the Senate. That was just a primary election. He's not out yet. Guys, pretty crazy stuff. Let me know what you think. Comment, share, spread the word, follow along, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
They flipping. I'm just saying. That was the vote we needed because Fetterman wouldn't do it.
Breaking news right now, 4 Republican senators flip, and for the first time, the United States Senate has voted to advance a war powers resolution to block Donald Trump's ability to go to war in Iran. This is stunning. Democrats in the United States Senate have tried more than 5 times to try to block Trump's war in Iran. And for the first time today, you have 4 Republican senators coming out and voting to block Trump's war in Iran. It's not a final vote.
This says a lot. This says a lot. His own party is tired. And it's about time.
Yet, but it advances this forward. The 4 Republican senators are Susan Collins, Rand Paul, Lisa Murkowski, and none other than Bill Cassidy. Why is that a big deal? Well, because Bill Cassidy just lost his primary election in Louisiana after Trump campaigned against him. And now Cassidy is going kind of scorched earth against Trump. Now, a Democrat did vote against the other Democrats. John Fetterman voted to keep the war going. But that was expected. But still, a pretty significant vote right now. Spread the word.
See, the other day, they was hoping Fetterman, would, and he didn't. So he was the one vote, Democrat vote, that, hey, tables turn.
Follow along, stay updated on all the news you need to know about. There'll be more to come very soon.
We are fully supportive of the diplomatic task.
Now, this is Cutter, okay? So they spoke on the war today. This is why I still believe that they did reach out to President Trump. Negotiations need more time.
Because we want to protect the people of the region from being, basically the main losers of any escalation in the region. But also we are supportive of the diplomatic effort by Pakistan that has shown seriousness in bringing the parties together and in finding a solution. And we do believe that it needs more time. Right now, we are.
This clip right here made me believe that they reached out. Why would they not?
Monitoring the situation, we are in contact with all our partners in the region and beyond to support this mediation. And of course, we are always hopeful that this mediation would lead to the end of escalation in the region. But I don't think anybody right now can characterize that as being either pessimistic or optimistic about the result.
Yeah, the Iranians are definitely looking for a path towards diplomacy. Now, we did hear over the weekend, at the end of last week at the BRICS summit, from Abbas Araghchi, the Iranian foreign minister, who said that they were open to negotiations, but that this really comes down to an issue of trust. And this is something
I just said that. They don't trust us at all.
Something that the Iranians have said time and time again, that this really is a trust issue. He said that the biggest obstacle, the main obstacle, is trust and the U.S.'s contradictory messaging, which we have seen over the course of the last couple of months. The U.S. keeps shifting what they want from these negotiations. We've even seen that over the last week.
Right. 1 minute it's the Straits. One minute Trump was saying, oh, we could co-own and charge for the Straits. 1 minute Hezbollah is included in the ceasefire. 1 minute, as soon as Netanyahu says something, oh no, they weren't, to okay, let's talk, they are back on the list. Like, this is crazy. Let's go.
Or so. Now, we did hear from Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson. Listen to what he said.
We approach every diplomatic process with deep distrust and serious skepticism in order to safeguard the national interest of Iran. Iran is aware that, given the United States' track record of undermining negotiations, it may...
That part twice. Last year, when they claimed we obliterated everything that they had, and then this year in February, when we were in the 6 rounds of negotiation, and they had opted to dilute the uranium, to now they said they're not giving us nothing. And this is the reason why, because they don't trust us. So if we wanted to just turn around and strike again without proof of anything, they will have something. So let's go.
They repeat the same actions at any moment.
The Iranians are very wary of how things have gone in the past. They say that every time they come to the negotiating table in good faith, the U.S. either moves the goalposts for what they want from them, or they end up attacking them. So they are going into any sort of discussion very, very aware of how President Trump kind of moves when it comes to these kind of things and how quickly he can change his mind. That being said, President Trump did tell White House
all over the place,
reporters that he thinks that there have been positive developments around these negotiations, and he sees that this time is a bit different. Now, what that means is unclear. We're not quite sure what has been put in all these back and forth proposals. As you mentioned, the U.S. says that not enough concessions have been offered around Iran's nuclear program, but kind of like what the Iranian foreign ministry spokesperson said, it all comes down also to national right and national sovereignty. And the Iranians do view their nuclear program in particular as part of their national right. So while they might be willing to put curbs on it, the way we saw with the JCPOA.
Again, when they was under Obama's, they had one program, one very small program.
They're very unlikely to go too far beyond that or even dismantle it the way the Trump administration has suggested in the past. So we're just going to have to see how things play out over the next couple of weeks. But as far as Trump says, things are moving in a positive direction. Polo?
Amid escalating threats.
Now, this is what they're doing. I showed you guys this a few weeks ago. Okay? They are urging their civilians to take arms. You're going to see women. You're going to see children in this video. Let's go.
From the White House, ordinary Iranians are now being urged to prepare for war. Right, well, these rallies or gatherings have been taking place every single night for the past several weeks, and so they're not new. But what is new is the introduction of weapons, and these kiosks have been set up in each of these sort of squares where members of the military, there you can see them with masks on, they're showing people, in this case a woman, basic skills of how to use what I think is an AK-47 or a Kalashnikov, things like that. Look over here.
So these are everyday civilians, children. Please, 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 thank you for hitting a like. Please, Diamond Gang, please hit the like.
They're showing children how to use them as well. It's all part of a sort of state-sponsored call to arms in case the war begins again.
Now, I told you guys, right after Trump left, looky, this is who Trump inspires to be like. Putin, Putin arrives in China for 2-day visit. What you think they was talking about? Who you think they were talking about? Let's go.
Yes.
You can't tell me they wasn't.
Russian President Vladimir Putin visits China this week to meet with his counterpart, Chinese leader Xi Jinping. He comes just a few days after U.S. President Donald Trump was here and also met.
And remember, the foreign minister just met with Putin as well. I showed you guys that a couple live streams back.
President Xi. The Kremlin has said that Putin and Xi will discuss global.
This is what they are doing while he is on Truth Social crashing out, posting 50 to 60 times a night and sleeping during the day.
Issues, economic ties, and the long-standing partnership between the two countries. This visit also marks the 25th anniversary of the Friendship Treaty signed in 2001. China and Russia's ties have deepened in recent years, especially after Russia's invasion of Ukraine in 2022, as sanctions from Western countries push Moscow to lean on China for trade and diplomatic support. This visit is likely to be closely watched in Washington, as China is trying to keep a stable relation with the U.S.
Closely watching Washington.
At the same time maintaining close ties with Russia.
No doubt President Putin has been watching the Trump-Xi summit very closely, if not a little nervously, and now it's his turn. He's set to arrive today and will stay on until tomorrow. And this is Putin's 25th visit to China, although President Xi and President Putin have met more than 40 times. And according to China's foreign ministry, the two sides will exchange views on their bilateral relationship and talk about cooperation across various fields, and also discuss international and regional issues of mutual interest. So no doubt Iran will be high on that list, also Ukraine, and also the Trump-Xi summit as well. I'm sure they'll be talking about, and at least Putin will want to ask about that. And we're seeing warm words from Chinese state media saying pragmatic cooperation is the drive.
I showed you guys a clip, I want to say the live before that, where they basically said they manipulate him. They manipulate Trump.
Force between the two countries, and Xinhua, China's official news agency, also highlighted how bilateral trade between the two exceeded $200 billion in 3 consecutive years. This is the 30th anniversary of China and Russia establishing a quote strategic partnership with cooperation, and also 25 years since their good neighborly and friendly relationship. So that is what this visit is marking, but also
while our relationships are crushed and destroyed.
So very timely with all these conflicts, as well as the Trump-Xi summit. And Xinhua also said that on the world stage, China and Russia echo each other, and you'll recall the two vetoed.
And the foreign minister of Iran just recently met with the both of them, along with multiple other countries, the leaders of other countries.
A UN resolution aimed at reopening the Strait of Hormuz, saying the text was biased against Iran. And Xinhua also said that the post-World War II order is facing severe shocks, and strategic coordination between China and Russia is of great significance, it says, to maintaining global stability. So very interesting rhetoric coming out of China's state media, not unexpected, and we'll watch very closely how the two leaders position and frame their relationship, especially with China-U.S. relations stabilizing as well.
And after the U.S. has...
Now we're getting ready to get into Iran not trusting us and Obama's previous deal. I want y'all to listen to this piece.
Attack them.
Because it speaks volumes. And it's basically, he's basically saying what I've been saying this entire time I've been covering this. Let's go.
Along with Israel twice in the...
Hold on. Take it back.
China state media, not unexpected, and will watch very closely how the two leaders position and frame their relationship, especially with China-U.S. relations stabilizing as well.
And after the U.S. has attacked them, along with Israel, twice in the midst of negotiations, after Trump tore up the original Iran nuclear deal, the Iranians are in no hurry to give Trump anything right now. They're happy to see Trump and the United States squirm in this uncomfortable position that they're in. So Trump resorts to making these outlandish threats. We're going to end Iranian civilization in 24 hours. You know, we're going to destroy, we're going to bomb Iran back to the Stone Ages. We're going to, you know, all these bellicose threats. But the Iranians have understand that they have the upper hand right now. They have the upper hand militarily. They have the upper hand diplomatically. And they even have the upper hand morally. This war is an illegal war in terms of international laws, an illegal war in terms of the Nuremberg codes.
And now Congress will be, and I'm claiming it, they'll be able to step in.
And an unpopular war globally. So when Friedrich Merz, the German chancellor, says that Iran has humiliated the United States, Trump is furious. And he says that we're going to pull 5,000 troops out of Germany to punish them for telling the truth. Well, that's what Trump likes to do. We know that in his art of the deal method of negotiating, what he likes to do is bully. What he likes...
Bingo. He's nothing but a bully. Diamond Gang, please, 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 please hit the like. Hit the like. They are free. If you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is pinned. Subscribe to the channel. Keep your notifications on because I give these updates quite often. Thank you.
To do is make threats. And he thinks that other countries are going to back down, just as his negotiating partners often back down. But as Professor Morandi is saying, the Iranians are a proud and independent and sovereign country, and they are not about to back down. So the danger for me is that a desperate Trump could resort to not only aggression, higher levels of aggression, and a renewed military attack on Iran. What terrifies me is that a desperate Donald Trump could resort to the use of nuclear weapons.
Former President Barack Obama defended.
Now we're going to get into Obama defending the Iran nuclear deal, which I believe Trump will duplicate or come close to.
Ended the 2015 Iran nuclear deal during an appearance on CBS's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert taped last week.
We pulled it off without firing a missile. We got 97% of their enriched uranium.
97% of their enriched uranium. Under the Obama administration, again, what the hell did he tear the deal up for? Let's go.
They were able to maintain a modest civilian nuclear program for energy.
Under the deal, Iran agreed to limit parts of its nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief.
So you think it was working? Well, it's not only did I think it was working, even Israeli intelligence thought it was working. Even our intelligence services thought it was working.
Israel's intelligence and the U.S. intelligence thought that it was working because we had oversight. Let me take that back for the people that don't want to hear this shit. Let's go. He tore up the deal and look where we at now.
Working. So there's no...
Take it back. Take it back. Let me take it back.
The 2015 Iran nuclear deal during an appearance on CBS's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert taped last week.
We pulled it off without firing a missile. We got 97% of their enriched uranium out. They were able to maintain a modest civilian nuclear program for energy.
Under the deal, Iran agreed to limit parts of its nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief.
So you think it was working?
Well, it's not only did I think it was working, even Israeli intelligence thought it was working.
I bet you Netanyahu ain't tell him that when they was in that room and they decided, because they just had a feeling, and Netanyahu made him believe it was just going to be so simple and so easy.
Our intelligence services thought it was working. So there's no dispute that it worked. And we didn't have to kill a whole bunch of people or shut down the Strait of Hormuz.
President Trump.
Did y'all hear that? Let me take it back one more time for the people in the back. Diamond Gang, please, please, and thank you. Please hit the like. Take it back. I got to hear that one more time. I like the way it sounds.
Former President Barack Obama defended the 2015 Iran nuclear deal during an appearance on CBS's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, taped last week.
We pulled it off without firing a missile. We got 97% of their enriched uranium out. They were able to maintain a modest civilian nuclear program for energy.
Under the deal, Iran agreed to limit parts of its nuclear program in exchange for sanctions relief.
So you think it was working?
Well, it's not only did I think it was working.
Y'all see, they tried to recently offer sanction relief and release some of their assets. I promise you, this deal to come will mock this one.
Even Israeli intelligence thought it was working. Even our intelligence services thought it was working. So there's no dispute that it worked. And we didn't have to kill a whole bunch of people or shut down the Strait of Hormuz.
President Trump repeatedly criticized the deal before pulling the U.S. out of it in 2018.
Now,
you hear that? He pulled people out 2018. Again, every administration, left and right, Netanyahu sold them this plan, this big game plan. They will not strike us. It'll be easy. It's a takeover and a takedown. Except for one, the Trump administration. They believed what Netanyahu was telling them. He's had this conversation with multiple presidents of the U.S. They said, no. Look where we at now.
Well, there was some dispute that it didn't work. Well, our present president believed that it didn't work, which is why he pulled out of it.
It's not clear that he didn't believe that it didn't work. He just said it didn't work.
You pulled people out in 2018 that had oversight, clear oversight of what the hell was going on. Y'all think this is better? Y'all think what he's doing is better?
Worst deal of all time.
Yeah, because I did it, which is fine. That seems to be a pattern. But there's no serious independent folks who would say that it didn't work with respect to the nuclear program. Now, if your agenda was to bring about regime change in Iran, well, that wasn't the goal of the agreement.
Iran knows.
And that was our initial goal this time around. And there hasn't been any regime change. It's even more hardline. Netanyahu sold Trump a dream. You unalive their leaders, the regime is gone. That's not true. They are made to not stop. There are many moving parts. He got played.
The following, and it has been briefed to China and Russia, that if the United States attacks, the United Arab Emirates will cease.
Pay attention. This is why the UAE and them are fearful, because this is what can happen if we resume strike.
To exist as a viable nation state. It's all over for the UAE. Kuwait may go that way, Bahrain may go that way, but at a minimum, the United Arab Emirates will be erased from the planet. They will have no fresh water, no ability to generate power, and they'll have no ability to generate gas or oil. They'll be bankrupt, they'll be thirsty, and they'll be baking in 54-degree temperature because there's no air conditioning. That's the end of two of the greatest cities in the Middle East, Abu Dhabi and Dubai. They'll be gone, depopulated, along with the rest of that nation. And that's the fate of all other Gulf Arab states if they want to play this game. Iran is done playing games. They're done playing the game of escalation management. They will no longer match the escalation of others. If they are attacked, they're coming in with the knockout blow. Listen to Araghchi, 120%. That means Iran has not only reconstituted the totality of the missile force that was expended, not lost through military action, expended during the war, but they've expanded by 20%.
Remember,
they're at 100.
We talked about their stockpile. We talked about this. Let's go.
120% capacity. Now, how can you do that if, according to Bradley Cooper, we've eradicated their ballistic missile production facility? It's because he's lying through his teeth. We know for a fact that Iran dismantled their ballistic missile production capabilities and transferred it underground, and that they are currently producing a wide variety of missiles.
Remember,
to include
I showed you guys a clip where they were actually repairing damaged missiles. Come on, wake up.
All rocket propellant missiles of the most advanced characteristics. 120%. Iran is locked and loaded. They've already picked all their targets, and they've been very public about it. The moment you strike us, this is going to happen, and this is the eradication of the United Arab Emirates energy production capacity. I don't know if Iran is going to strike desalination plants, because to do that will literally kill a nation. Literally kill a nation. Oil is going to go through the roof, and there's no amount of manipulation that can be done to change that. The president might be able to do things with a tweet here and there in order to manipulate the market, so he and his children
He can't even do that no more. He got called out a couple of days ago. He got called out for this.
The people close to him make millions of dollars through insider trading by hedging or by, going long or going short. It's criminal activity, and the fact that nobody's calling it out, or when they call it out, nobody's taking action. We literally have a criminal cartel.
They called it out. Let's see if they take action.
In power today, literally. I mean, the market manipulation that's where you can connect the dots very easily on the posts the president puts out, and the bets that are made or the investments that are made, and how the posts influence that and how people make a lot of money. But that's a game you can only play for a certain period of time before reality kicks in. The reality is going to kick in soon. There's going to be an absolute collapse of the market and collapse of the American economy. Prices are going to go through the roof. And this is political suicide for this president who has a midterm election coming up.
So the Congressional Research Service just listed the 42 U.S. aircraft that were damaged or destroyed so far during the war with Iran. They say it's been 4 F-15Es.
This is the damage that they try to hide from us. This is the damage. This happened early on. Early on. They were strategic and they were very precise. They hit 16 U.S. bases. They did not want this to get out. The next clip is going to be on these soldiers that they left out there unprotected, and 6 were unalived. Let's go.
Strike Eagles that were destroyed, 1 F-35 damaged by Iranian ground fire, 1 A-10 destroyed. That was during the search and rescue operation. 7 KC-135 Stratotankers, 2 destroyed. That was a midair collision. And then 5 damaged that were sitting on a tarmac hit by Iranian drones or missiles. 1 E-3 Sentry AWACS damaged. That thing was about blown in half. Damage seems...
This is the damage that they tried to hide from us, y'all. Listen up. Listen up. While they busy, they're begging for a deal. We got them. And this was very early on.
Like maybe not the right term on that one. 2 MC-1.
This is what happened to our stockpile. It's right here. We're under 50%. I'm just saying, let's go.
130s destroyed, one HH-60 helicopter damaged by small arms fire, 24 MQ-9 Reapers destroyed, so those are drones, and then one MQ-4 Triton destroyed. That's also a drone. I don't see anything about the Little Birds. It did look like there was some debris from Little Birds during the rescue operation. I thought that had been announced, but this was just put out a couple days ago by the Congressional Research Service, and according to them, 42 U.S. aircraft so far documented as lost.
42. This is why they went to Congress asking for all that money. This is what they tried to hide, and it came out.
Or damaged with the war in Iran.
On Iran, is Russia taking possession of the enriched uranium in Iran a plausible end to the war? And if not, why not?
This has not been confirmed, but it is a rumor that Russia is going to get that rich uranium up out of Iran. So,
So first, on the Russia taking possession of the enriched uranium, look, these things are being discussed through negotiation. That is not currently our plan. That has never been our plan. I've seen some reporting on that. I don't know where it comes from.
it may not be our plan, but it may be theirs. They already going around us for the straits, doing their own safe passage and charging tolls, working with their allies and ours to make it happen.
But the president's going to continue to negotiate a deal. So that is not currently the plan of the United States government. The Iranians have not raised it. My sense is that's not something the Iranians would be particularly excited about. And I know the president isn't particularly.
They don't know. They're not even talking. But okay.
Particularly excited about it either, but who knows? I'm not going to make pre-commitments in a negotiation on any particular topic. On the question of fentanyl, a lot of people have died from fentanyl.
An update on our CBS News investigation into Iran's deadliest attack on.
Y'all ready, Diamond Gang? I need y'all. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Please and thank you. Please hit the like. Can I please get at least 20 more likes? I'm close to 60. Please and thank you. Let's get it. This right here made me sick to my stomach.
American troops during the war. In March, an Iranian drone hit a U.S. military post in Kuwait, killing 6 service members and wounding more than 20 others. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the drone squirted through the defenses of the fortified base.
Thank you, Diamond Gang. Thank you. This is unreal. And I hope that this investigation goes through and goes well, because this administration is so corrupt. This is sad. This is sad right here.
Well, now we're hearing from more survivors who are sharing a very different story with our Jonah Kaplan. Jonah, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. Last month we reported on how a key U.S. command post in Kuwait was left unprotected, despite intelligence showing it was a potential target for an Iranian drone.
Let's stop there. It was left unprotected, and they knew that it was a target. The disgusting part in this is that they asked for more medical assistance as far as paramedics, doctors, whatever they needed. It should have been done, and it wasn't. They were ignored.
Now more soldiers who survived are speaking out, telling us the Army did not properly plan for possible casualties, and the consequences were deadly.
Why are you coming forward?
This was a failure. The only way you learn from your failures is you talk about it.
Army Major Stephen Ramsbottom was at his desk at this U.S. tactical post in Kuwait when an Iranian drone crashed through his makeshift workspace.
It went black, and I got knocked to the ground.
With a piece of shrapnel lodged in the back of his head, Ramsbottom says he began pulling his fellow soldiers from the rubble.
I wanted to see like a line of ambulances coming towards us or something, and there wasn't that. It was like, oh man, we're on our own.
2 other soldiers.
Y'all hear that? We are on our own. On our own. No type of medical backup, and they knew that this was a potential target.
Told CBS News they asked for more medical support weeks before, but Army leadership ignored the request. The strike killed 6 U.S. soldiers, all from the Iowa-based 130.
I'm leaving her faces up there for a minute. 6. Let's go.
Sustainment Command. Ramsbottom says one of them, Master Sergeant Nicole Amer, could have survived her wounds had there been a doctor, a fixed aid station, or more than one ambulance at the post.
She fought the whole.
They had no way to help her. No way, no equipment, no nothing to help her.
Way, and she was trying to stay alive.
Do you think that had there been an ambulance, adequate medical attention, she'd still be alive?
I think she could have been saved.
She was like my yin and yang.
Master Sergeant Anne Marie Carrier was right next to Amer when the drone hit.
I instantly started screaming her name.
Soldiers commandeered vans and scrambled to find the nearest Kuwaiti hospital. Carrier says her best friend was still breathing as they set out for help. Shortly after arriving at the hospital, Amer died.
Was the Army prepared for a mass casualty event like this?
No, we didn't have any training for that.
They had no training. Diamond Gang. None. This is so wrong on so many levels. So wrong on so many damn levels.
The attack was the deadliest against U.S. troops since 2021. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said this the day after.
It happened to hit a tactical operations center that was fortified, but
that was fortified. That's a lie. That is a lie.
These are powerful weapons.
But Ramsbottom is one of 8 surviving soldiers who told CBS News something different.
We had no overhead protection. We had 10.
No overhead protection. Diamond Gang, please and thank you. Please and thank you. Can you please hit the like for your girl? Thank you. Please.
Roof. That was all we had.
Multiple sources told CBS News Army intelligence warned as early as January that Iran would attack the post. A career soldier, Ramsbottom.
So they knew in January that they were going to attack this post and did no extra measures for protection. They were out there with no protection. Yeah, this is insane.
Bottom said he raised concerns over safety.
We were told to don't worry about protection, and we brought it up with our senior leadership.
Did y'all hear that? I'm going to take it back. Oh, don't worry about protection. If I was any of their families that lost their lives, I wouldn't have to do nothing for the rest of my life. This investigation better go well. I'll take it back.
You feel let down?
Highly let down. And it's saddening, disheartening.
Carrier escorted her friend's remains back home.
We always laughed. I miss those laughs.
And in late March, Amer was laid to rest.
How should her family take what you're saying?
I feel terrible for the pain they must be going through, but it's a lessons learned. There could be other units in this very similar situation in the future, and if they plan properly, they can save more lives than we saved.
In a statement to CBS News, a Pentagon spokesperson wrote, prior to and during Operation Epic Fury, U.S. military leaders took extraordinary steps to protect our troops.
You hear that? They said that they took extraordinary steps to protect our troops. Y'all heard what he just said. And he was ignored. They have no reason to lie.
He said, no plan is ever perfect, but accusations suggesting blatant disregard for the safety of our forces are unfounded and inaccurate, and added.
So what they're saying, they're lying? They were there. They were in it.
An investigation into the attack is ongoing. Of course, the soldiers are going to be following that investigation, and we are going to be following that investigation.
But you have to pay attention to it once they raised it. To say that it's unfounded and inaccurate, they're saying what they believe to be true.
And they were there.
And they were there.
It's hard
exactly.
not to believe someone who was there.
You can't ignore what they're saying.
And these are many soldiers coming forward. And we spoke with 8, of course.
This shit right here is unreal.
There were 30 of them who were injured in addition to the 6 service members that were killed. And then how many other people were just there on post. And again, this is not about necessarily attacking the administration, but making sure, how do we move forward? Mm-hmm. We can go back to combat at any moment. We don't know about the ceasefire.
Yeah.
So are we ready for an Iranian retaliation?
Do you find it?
Now listen, Diamond Gang, this was in the AM. They actually did speak with another crew, so I grabbed that clip as well.
Is it unusual that they're speaking up?
I think so, but I think it's also part of their recuperation. It's part of their healing.
I'm surprised that they are, just out of fear of retaliation.
Process. They might find it cathartic.
Well, you and the investigative team have done a fabulous job with this reporting. Yes. Protecting our American men and women is #1 priority, for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonah.
Jonah, thank you.
To a CBS News exclusive. Tonight, we're hearing from U.S. Army soldiers who survived a deadly Iranian drone attack on their command post in Kuwait at the start of the war. They tell us the Army ignored their request for more medical support that could have saved lives. Here's CBS News correspondent Jonah Kaplan.
Why are you coming forward?
This was a failure.
If no other administration goes down in history, this one will. I say this quite often. Our kids will be reading about this effed up administration. It will go down in the history books. It will go down in the history books. You mark my words.
The only way you learn from your failures is you talk about it.
After a drone crashed through his makeshift workspace, Army Major Stephen Ramsbottom says he began pulling his fellow soldiers from the rubble.
I wanted to see like a line of ambulances coming towards us or something, and there wasn't that. It was like, oh man, we're on our own.
The strike killed 6 U.S. soldiers, all from the Iowa-based 103rd Sustainment Command. Ramsbottom believes one of them, Master Sergeant Nicole Amer, could have survived her wounds had there been a doctor or more than one ambulance at the post.
I think she could have been saved.
Master Sergeant Anne-Marie Carrier was Amer's best friend.
She was like my yin and yang.
She says Amer was still breathing.
They will need help, some of them, for the rest of their life, as far as psychological, not physical, psychological.
As they set out for a local Kuwaiti hospital. Shortly after arriving, Amer died.
Was the Army prepared for a mass casualty event like this?
No.
2 other soldiers told CBS News they asked for more medical support weeks before.
And I can definitely speak on this. I am ex-military Army. I was a medical supply specialist. And I've seen some things. But this is insane.
They say Army leadership ignored the request. Today on Capitol Hill, Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin questioned Army Secretary Dan Driscoll.
Why did the Army deny providing additional medical supplies to the soldiers?
Senator, I don't know the specifics of the CBS story you're referencing from this morning, but commit to following up with your office.
Okay.
After the attack, Carrier
I bet you they don't. But I know they know that these soldiers have decided to speak out. This is insane. That's just like the soldiers that's over there on the ships with barely any food to eat, losing weight. Like men and women leaving their families, potentially not being able to come home for this country. For this country.
escorted her friend's remains back home.
We always laughed. I miss those laughs.
In a statement to CBS News, a Pentagon spokesperson wrote, "No plan is ever perfect, but accusations suggesting blatant disregard for the safety of our forces are unfounded and inaccurate." He added, an investigation into the attack.
Inaccurate. They were there. So you're saying that they didn't see or they didn't go through what they went through? That's a smack in the damn face.
Is ongoing, Tony. We're going to be following it.
Jonah, thank you very much for your reporting on this. Appreciate it.
Look, I get it. Honestly,
now we're getting ready to get into this fund that he's trying to provide anyone that was prosecuted under the Biden administration. Let's go.
I understand you can support Donald Trump, you can support his policies. It's America. But there's some things we have to agree on. And one of them, Donald Trump is taking $1,776 million.
And it's coming from our money, taxpayers' money. And then before I went live, and I'm happy I was able to grab this piece, he has a clause saying that the Trump family will never, ever have to be audited again. Like, this is crazy.
Get it? 1776. That he is now pulling that taxpayer money out, putting a board of 5 people that he gets to pick, and they will distribute that money to the insurrectionists that attempted to overthrow the government. So each insurrectionist will get about $1 million of taxpayer money.
Put a 1 in the chat if you cool with this. If you are okay with your tax dollars going towards this fund for people that was prosecuted for breaking laws, put a 1 in the chat. If you're not good with this, put a 2 in the chat. I want to see who's okay with this. Put a 1 in the chat if you're okay with your tax dollars going towards this. Put a 2 if you're not okay with this. This cannot be life. This cannot be life. I don't see not a single one. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Melvin. Thank you, Charles. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you, Phoenix. Thank you, Tad. Get your ass out of here. What you doing in here, Charles? Oh, God. Anyway, who's okay with this? I'm not okay with this. All right, let's go, Diamond Gang.
And what's even worse is they don't have to tell us who gets the money, how much, and they don't have to talk about what they use to stipulate who gets the money. Donald Trump is sending a message to his people that if you support me, I will give you a pardon, and in fact, you may even get a payout. Could you imagine if Barack Obama did this, guys? Almost $2 billion that he is stealing from the government and handing out to the people that tried to overthrow an election. How any Republican can...
Listen, Todd Blanche was grilled about this. Now he see what Pam Bondi had to go through. Like, he's not in permanently. And I think this right here is going to be to make it or goddamn break it for him. But let's go.
Anything but outrage, it blows me away. Just ask yourself, if this was Obama, how would you feel? I know the answer to that. So it's one thing to agree with different policies. Fine. That's what America is. But this is insane. And you can't hold one president to a different standard than another simply because you like whether they're Republican or Democrat. We're
saying about the left or the right. Real talk.
We're on a trajectory to some real problems unless we get a hold on this. And this means Republicans have got to speak out.
They starting to step up because Bill Cassidy, he the man right now. Let's go.
The Justice Department has this new fund that was announced today, $1.7 billion.
Yeah.
Why should taxpayers pay for the January?
Well, it's been very well received, I have to tell you. I know very...
This guy, I can't, you guys don't even know what I go through to get these clips. That's why I say hit the like. It's a lot to listen to this. It's a lot to take in.
Little about it. I wasn't involved in the whole creation of it, and and the negotiation. But this is reimbursing people that were horribly treated, horribly treated. It's anti-weaponization. They've been weaponized.
They literally were breaking the law, fighting cops. They asked Todd Blanche, will those officers be eligible for this fund? He said, yeah, but we get to pick who get it. Basically, like, yeah, but they won't get it. Like, what? What? Ugh.
Been in some cases, their lives have been destroyed, and they turn out to be right. I mean, it was a terrible period of time in the history of our country, and they worked on it. I know the Justice Department, it's really been working on it very hard. There's been numerous other occasions over the years where things like this have been done, but these were people that were weaponized and really treated brutally by
weaponized by him.
A system that was so corrupt, with corrupt people running it, and they're getting reimbursed for their legal fees. And
he gave the word, and they ran up in there and started just doing the most.
The other things that they had to suffer.
The president today withdrew a $10 billion lawsuit against the IRS. This all tied to the leak of his tax returns. And the settlement involves the creation of a $1.8 billion fund. What do you know about that?
That's right. The Justice Department calls it an anti-weaponization fund and says that the money will be used to compensate people who claim they were targeted by the Biden Justice Department or by Democrats. The DOJ says the
Diamond Gang, I'm going to say this again. This administration is going to go down in the history books. I'm telling you, our kids will be reading about this in history.
fund will have the power to issue monetary relief owed to claimants. Democrats are worried that this is going to be used as some kind of a slush fund and could also be used by those who had been charged or convicted for crimes associated with the January 6th insurrection. Tony?
Ed, thank you very much.
Hey, everybody.
Listen, the way she breaks this down, I love it.
Today, the news is so outrageous that calm is just not possible. Today, we witnessed what I would call the greatest abuse of our legal system in history. It rises to the level of a criminal conspiracy between the president and the Justice Department. Let me explain. I'm Liz Oyer, the former pardon attorney for the Department of Justice. I told you.
And the way they have this set up, it's going to go to directly to who they want it to go to.
Last week about the sham lawsuit that Donald Trump filed against the IRS seeking $10 billion in damages. The judge handling the case suspected the lawsuit was a farce, so she appointed a team of independent legal experts to evaluate the merits of the case. They all agreed that it's nonsense and it should be thrown out. But before the court...
He knew that, and that's why he did that. He decided to let it go.
Could toss the case, Trump's lawyers moved to dismiss it voluntarily. Why? Because Trump reached a settlement agreement with the Justice Department, which he controls. Todd Blanche announced the settlement this morning. Here's what it does. It uses taxpayer money to create a nearly $1.8 billion slush fund for Trump's allies and supporters. They are calling it an anti-weaponization fund. According to Blanche, the purpose is to compensate victims of lawfare and weaponization. The fund will have the power to issue...
Listen, this clause blows my mind that his family, they can never come after his family again or Trump.
Both formal apologies and monetary relief. The fund will have 5 members who are appointed by the Attorney General and can be removed by the President. These 5 people have total discretion to give this money, our money, to anyone they choose, with no oversight, no transparency, and no public input. I don't say this lightly. This is straight up criminal. By approving this settlement, the Acting Attorney General has agreed at the President's request.
Blanche, I'm telling you, Blanche, this is make it or break it for him. I just can't wait to see how it goes, because if let's say Trump asked him to do something, so he was using Pam Bondi as a weapon to go after his what you want to call it, I guess his rivals or whatever, and she was not executing what he wanted the way he wanted it, And that's how Pam Bondi lost her job, on top of the horrible work she did as far as the Epstein files and the cover up. But I told y'all she was going to lose her job. I told you guys Cash Patel was going to be up. I told you guys Kristi Noem was going to lose her job. I told you guys Gabby was up. I was like, she about to lose her job. And I really truly believe that after Patel, Hegseth is going to be on a chopping block. I just do. And maybe Rubio.
To dip into the U.S. Treasury where our tax dollars are held and give away our money to people who have no legal right to it. This is a theft of our property. It is a fraud on the American people. It is a criminal conspiracy at the highest levels of our government. As the acting attorney general, Todd Blanche is entrusted with defending the United States against frivolous lawsuits. He has a fiduciary duty to protect taxpayer money from false and fraudulent claims.
And y'all know I brought up a clip of him. Oh boy, this is a mess.
He has abdicated that duty. He has betrayed the American people. He has betrayed his oath to uphold the Constitution. This is the type of thing we should be protesting in the streets. I know it's exhausting, but our democracy is depending on us to keep it afloat. Please call your elected reps and demand that they block this settlement. Please make sure your friends and your neighbors know that this is a criminal.
Not only that, vote. Vote. I'm telling you guys, we're about to see a sea of blue in a minute.
Abuse of the legal system. Please do whatever you can to spread the word and sound the alarm. Thanks.
Could some of the rioters convict?
Look at this. So these are the ones that may be getting this money, our tax dollars.
Convicted of storming the Capitol 5 years ago now get taxpayer-funded payouts. That's what President Trump is suggesting.
These were people that were weaponized and really
Weaponized by him again. He gave them the word and they went crazy.
treated brutally.
The Department of Justice says the new $1.8 billion fund is designed to provide monetary relief to those who suffered weaponization and lawfare at the hands of the Biden administration. Democrats.
Diamond Gang, let me get 25 more likes. 25, please and thank you. The likes help keep me in the algorithm. If you would like to support the channel, the Cash App is pinned. Thank you.
Argue that's code for the roughly 1,500 people who were convicted for their roles in the January 6th Capitol riot.
The people who committed this, they committed a crime. He's pardoned them, and now he wants to pay them.
They note that Republicans were also in danger that day.
They're going to let him pay off people that were chasing them through the Capitol. It's breathtaking.
DOJ says the payouts will be determined by a commission of 5 members appointed by the Attorney General, a role currently held by Todd Blanche, Trump's former personal attorney.
The thing I think the administration is going to need to focus on, to build in guardrails to ensure that this judgment fund is administered with independence, with integrity, not used as
The entire fund is just, they're saying integrity, like, this is crazy.
It's a political slush fund, but it's given money to people who deserve it.
I asked President Trump last night who he thinks deserves it.
Do you believe that people who committed violence against Capitol Hill police officers on January 6th should be eligible for compensation from this DOJ fund?
I do believe there has to be compensation for people that were destroyed. You have families absolutely destroyed, and it's all going to be determined by a committee of 4 or 5 people.
Listen, these were grown adults that knew better. Yeah, this is insane.
That are respected and very brilliant at what they do.
I also asked the president if he or any of his family members are going to be seeking compensation from this fund, because he has long argued that he was a victim of government weaponization himself. He didn't say either way, adding that he only found out about the existence of this fund on Sunday.
Going back to the price tag for this DOJ fund, $1.8 billion. You have people.
Guess what? He followed suit. Listen to what he had to say. J.D. Vance. Oh, every time he speaks, I'm like, And I showed you guys clips. He was so against Trump before he became VP. But I will say this. He has not been vocal on this war. And that's for a reason. He's not okay with what's going on.
That can't afford groceries. Gas is high. People are making sacrifices in their personal lives to accommodate for this rise in prices.
That is why the Iranians asked for him in the second round of negotiations. They specifically asked for J.D. Vance because they know he's not okay with what's going on and that he wasn't vocal. They don't trust Kushner. They don't trust Witkoff. Yeah.
People are telling us that they feel financially worse off. They're very concerned about the uncertainty. How can you justify that amount of taxpayer money for that fund when people are struggling? What do you say to Americans who wonder why this fund is getting all this money and I can't afford basic life amenities?
Well, let me say a couple things about that. First of all, you said $1.8 billion, and it's important for people to realize we're not just writing a $1.8 billion check. We're going to take a lot of people who are going to apply and say that they have been mistreated by their government. We're going to handle those situations case by case. And if we determine they were, in fact, mistreated by their government, we think it's reasonable to give them just compensation. But when you talk about funds that
look at her face, like, really?
And pots of money that are out there. I mean, thanks to Donald Trump's leadership and the working families tax cut, we put $40 billion into a rural healthcare fund in order to stop the closure, or at least prevent some closure of rural hospitals and rural clinics that had been decimated under the Biden administration. We had a piece of tax legislation.
Did he just deflect? Yeah.
That put hundreds of billions of dollars into the pockets of families. No taxes on Social Security, no taxes on overtime, no taxes on tips. So I reject the idea that we can't walk.
Pino, what you doing in here? Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed. No, you can stay.
And chew gum at the same time. We can give just compensation to people who are mistreated by the government. We can also make sure that the American people.
That part you said, she's looking at him like, man, you full of it. He just went on about his, made a U-turn. No, made a left turn and start talking about something else. This is insane.
We do everything that we can to make their lives better, to make them more prosperous, to give them better jobs. That is the.
But to be quite honest, nobody really truly knows the details. So he doesn't truly know how to answer this, and neither does Todd Blanche. I got a clip of him. He doesn't know the true details of this.
The primary focus of Donald J. Trump's White House. That's the question all of us ask every single day is, how do we make our fellow citizens more prosperous? We can do that while also taking care of people who were mistreated by the last administration.
This is an outrageous.
You ready? Y'all ready for Todd Blanche? Let me get 15 more likes. Come on. I need 100 likes. This is it. This is the last of the last. I'll take comments. I cannot stay on for 3 hours. I normally stay on for 3 hours, but now that I'm on Rumble and I'm going live over there giving war updates, yeah, this is draining because what I'm showing over there is a tad bit different than what I'm doing over here. I go a little longer over here. I'm only doing about 45 minutes on Rumble and uploading celebrity gossip. So I cannot spend 3 hours over here. Plus, I told you guys I was cutting the vertical world not totally loose, but I won't be over here as much as I used to. Do I love it over here? Absolutely. It gets wild. There's tons of people in here. I get thousands and thousands of views. However, I need consistency. That's why I'm telling you, subscribe to the channel, keep your notifications on. I need, now that I'm over 4K subscribers, I need to focus on my core audience. I'm not saying that I'm totally cutting the vertical side out. I will be over here, but not as often. So you might not see me for another 2 or 3 days. Not only that, since my channel has been demonetized for talking about politics, the support's not here. So Yeah, I have to start focusing. All right, let's go.
Unprecedented slush fund that you set up. Simple question. Will individuals who assaulted Capitol Hill police officers be eligible for this fund?
Well, as it makes plain, anybody is
just let me know if they're eligible for the fund.
As was made plain yesterday, anybody in this country.
Check this out. He's going to say yes, but they get to choose, which means they may not. You know what I'm saying? They'll be eligible to apply, but they may not get the money.
Is eligible to apply if they believe they're a victim of weaponization.
Mr. Attorney General, let me ask you this. Are there going to be rules that say that if you've assaulted a Capitol Hill police officer or committed a violent crime, you will not be eligible? Why not make that a rule?
I expect that, because I'm not one of the commissioners setting up the rules, I expect.
Let me tell you guys this, and I don't know if it applies to every state, but I know in the state of Pennsylvania, if an officer is hit, there is a fund for that officer where they get money. And when that person is prosecuted and that actual fund gives, and then it's added on to their fines and restitutions. So there is a fund for them in the state of Pennsylvania. I don't know if it's in all states, but.
Appointing 4 of the 5 members, aren't you, Mr. Attorney General?
Pardon me?
You're appointing 4 of the 5 members.
I am appointing all 5
members. You can set up the rules. I would hope you would make a rule that anyone convicted of assaulting a police officer of violent crime is simply not eligible. They should not apply.
Well,
let me ask you this, because you compared it to the Keepsiegel case. But I think you know full well that in that case, the settlement agreement was approved by a federal judge, including the payments to people who were not originally parties to the lawsuit. No federal judge has approved this fund, have they, Mr. Attorney General?
No federal judge did approve this.
So that's a big difference between this case and the case that you compared it to.
No, it's not.
They got on his behind, and I'm probably going to go into details over on Rumble. So I'll probably pull a lot of clips from this and probably go over this on Rumble. So if you have a Rumble account, it's DaGreatSpillsDaTea.
Did a judge sign off on this case?
No.
A judge did sign off on the other one.
Yes, but your question was whether it's a big difference. It's not.
Of course it is, because that allows for an independent person to look at it rather than the
there was no independence. There was no independence. There was a single commissioner. A judge signed off on it. A judge had nothing to do with deciding the money.
There was a judge who looked at it and signed off on it. So to compare that case to this one is incredibly deceptive. You're not going to submit this proposal to any federal judge or independent.
There is no judge.
Any independent authority?
What does that mean, an independent authority?
It means not somebody who's getting to pick 5 of the members who is the president's former personal attorney. That would be somebody who would be independent.
I'm the acting attorney general, okay? The fact that I used to...
It don't matter. This is what I'm saying. He has a personal relationship with Trump. He's been Trump's attorney. This is crazy, but go ahead.
Be President Trump's lawyer is just a fact, but I'm the acting attorney general. So don't say the president's former personal lawyer will do something. The acting attorney general.
For now, he's the acting attorney. If he does not do what Trump wants him to do, the way he won't be. And this is only temporary.
We'll do something.
Mr. Attorney General, you are acting today like the president's personal attorney. And that's the whole problem.
Yeah.
You have a whole banner of his face hanging over the Department of Justice, and you and everybody else walks under it. And you are acting like you're his current personal attorney.
We have some news right now. The Trump Justice Department.
Now, this is where they put in that they won't audit Trump again or his family members. You know he's trying to protect himself, because if the Democrats get in, their biggest fear is those indictments. You understand? They are in fear of indictments.
And quietly added terms to this settlement agreement that created this $1 billion slush fund. Well, now the DOJ has agreed and the IRS has agreed to end all audits of Donald Trump's taxes, of his family's taxes, and of his company's taxes. They will no longer pursue any claims, according to Politico, that the IRS may have against Trump his family members, and his companies over unpaid taxes. That is significant. So not only is this setup of the $1.8 billion fund to compensate,
he's trying to cover his ass. Damn it, gang. I need 17 more likes, please and thank you. I got 121 in the building. Please and thank you. He's trying to cover his ass. Let's go.
folks who may have been aggrieved by the Biden administration. But now the IRS has agreed to no longer go after Trump, his family members, or his companies over unpaid taxes. So Trump didn't pay taxes properly, or his family members didn't pay taxes properly at any point over the past many years. Well, the government's never going to collect on that anymore. Spread the word. Follow
Woo, I wish I had that agreement.
along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
Breaking news as Trump's most corrupt act seems to have happened today. Trump's acting attorney general, Todd Blanche, and his former criminal defense attorney issued this memo today, and he was testifying on Capitol Hill about this weaponization fund they set up, and that's exactly what this is about. It's a settlement agreement between Trump and the Internal Revenue Service, the IRS, and it basically says that no United States authority can go and investigate the Trumps, their family, their companies, or anything in the future for any tax-related claim.
How do you guys feel about that? Yeah, I need 18 more likes. How do you guys feel about that? Seriously, this is insane. So they could do whatever, not pay taxes, continue to break the law. Nothing will happen. We know, his family, they're all in the midst, and they're mingling with Middle East, and they're making hella money off those drones. Like this is insane.
Guilty of tax fraud in New York, and they were just given a get out of jail free card by the attorney general, who was their former defense attorney.
I'm telling you, you know why they're doing this? They are scared. They know he is on his way out. And once he's on their way out, they could face possible indictments.
So now there is literally nothing to stop them from committing further tax fraud. This document literally says the United States releases, waives, acquits, and forever discharges each of the plaintiffs.
Gang, I done seen it all, Diamond Gang. I have seen it all in my lifetime with this administration.
And the plaintiffs are Trump and his sons, and is hereby forever barred and precluded from prosecuting.
Not to mention his son-in-law. He's been in the mix, in the mingle with those individuals over in the Middle East since he was damn near a child. He's been in the mix with them. I showed you guys where Netanyahu used to stay at his house. He has been doing business and made many investments over there and received a lot of money from the Middle East.
Or pursuing any and all claims, counterclaims, causes of action, appeals, or requests for any relief, so on and so forth. And then it very, very broadly says,
I showed you guys the other day with the Trump phones. Nobody got their phones. Nobody got their phones. Where did the money go? And now the phones are not even being made in America. This is crazy.
Against lawfare and weaponization, any matters currently pending or that could be pending, like anything. And it says before defendants and other agencies or departments. This is so broad and vague. Like what the actual the laws for thee, but not for me, president, everyone. Let me know what you think about this. Be sure to follow along, keep updated, and I'll see you back.
That part, the laws for we, but not for me. Ugh.
Back here for the 411.
There has never been an instance in American history where the IRS agreed as part of a legal settlement to essentially...
So this is the first time in history.
...excuse and not audit any person's prior tax returns until today. That is how significant what the DOJ did for Donald Trump, his family, and his companies. Former IRS commissioners are truly stuck.
Yeah, Diane, you didn't know. You're okay. You're okay, sweetie. All right, let's go.
because the DOJ gave Trump, his family, his kids, his companies a get out of jail free card. Essentially, if they did anything wrong on their taxes in the past, they don't have to pay.
I'm stopping. I got 112 in the building. I need 12. No, I only need 11 more likes to get to 100 likes. Please and thank you. Hit a like for your girl. You said, sister, you know this stuff he is doing wrong, and everyone knows it. Pitiful. Get your money, Trump, because nobody's going to do nothing. This is crazy.
They'll never get audited. And here's the kicker. They can apply for the weaponization fund and pocket money. Not Trump himself, but his companies could. His family could. I don't think people realize.
Listen, they said they are aiming to be the richest family in the U.S. No, in the world, excuse me, in the world.
How honestly crazy what happened today it really is. Because it's like you file taxes for 10 years and you just agreed with the IRS that the IRS cannot audit any of your prior tax returns. If you made a mistake, they can't go after you.
Meanwhile, they chasing me down like a thief in the night about $200. Like, this is crazy.
If you lied, they can't really go after you either. They can't do anything. That's what Trump and his family and his companies got today. Follow for more.
Now, with each passing hour, we're getting...
This is it. This is it. And then I'll take comments from the chat. I'll drop the link for anybody that want to come up here. And you just got to be respectful. That's all. But we're getting ready to get into him with the stock market. Like, this is crazy. Pay attention. You're going to see how many times he made investments. Yeah, this is just wow. Let's go.
More and more reporting coming out about how his stock buying as president tracks with things he's doing as president to boost the value of those stocks.
Because he's approving it. Right after he invests, he's approving it. But let's go.
I mean, it's just incredible. So in January, Trump buys hundreds of thousands of dollars of stock in NVIDIA. Then a week later, his Commerce Department approves the sale of NVIDIA chips to China. Also in January, Trump buys between $50,000 and $100,000 worth of stock in AMD, which is another chip maker. 1 week after he buys it, his Commerce Department approves AMD doing business in China as well. Following month in February, Trump buys millions of dollars worth of stock in Dell.
Millions. Diamond Gang, let me get 10 more likes. I need 10 more likes, please and thank you. 10 more. I got more than 10 people in here. All right, let's go. So he invested millions in Dell.
Computers, right? Dell Technologies. 9 days after he buys millions of dollars worth of stock in Dell, Trump veers off script in a speech in Georgia to tell the crowd literally, quote, go out and buy a Dell computer. Then in March, he buys up a whole bunch of stock in a company called Thermo Fisher. Repeated purchases of Thermo Fisher. Judd Legum at Popular Information reports that Trump repeatedly buys up Thermo Fisher stock. And then he goes and visits Thermo Fisher on a presidential visit. And on this presidential visit to Thermo Fisher, he praises the company repeatedly as an incredible company. He says, as president, that he wants other pharmaceutical companies to start working with Thermo Fisher. He buys their...
They called him out for this a couple of days ago. And like the one guy said, let's see if they take action. I doubt it. Trump is getting away with a lot.
Stock, and then he goes out and boosts the company as president. Judd Legum also notes that that same day, March 11th.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Same day as the Thermo Fisher visit, that same day, Trump bought hundreds of thousands of dollars of stock in Apple. And then that same day he bought the stock, he did another event where he singled out Apple and Apple CEO Tim Cook for praise. Apple, a great company. Then after that, Trump buys between $50,000 and $100,000 of Micron stock. Okay, between $50,000 and $100,000 in Micron stock. The very next day, he calls into the Fox News channel and tells them, Micron, it's one of the hottest companies. Then it's Palantir, CNBC reporting. Trump makes 7 separate purchases of Palantir stock, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of Palantir stock. Then he gets on Truth Social and praises Palantir. Palantir Technologies, great capabilities and equipment. He literally even posted the stock ticker abbreviation for Palantir right after he bought hundreds.
This is the receipt. This is the proof right here in plain sight.
Of thousands of dollars of their stock and got online to boost it, giving people the stock ticker abbreviation to make it easier for them to go buy some Palantir to boost the value of the stock he just bought before he said this online. I mean, this just appears to be just fantastically, kaleidoscopically corrupt. Congressman Jamie Raskin is here tonight to
That's crazy. Crazy insane.
This just in a senior U.S.
Take a couple comments from the chat, and then I'm going to get up out of here. It's been real. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, please. And why is my, hold on, gang. Hold on. Let's see. Can you guys see my avatar? Okay, I'm going to take a few comments from the chat. How he was sent to make investment in oils, then started a war. He hit her from all angles before it goes. They're not going to do nothing to they're not going to do nothing to this man, the greatest con artist to ever do it, and it's okay. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, he is the greatest man to ever do it. This is insane. Let me take a couple more comments. Yeah, all opinions are welcomed here. You could disagree with me. You just can't be disrespectful. Once you're disrespectful, my mods will remove you. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I give updates quite often, although I am slowing down a little bit on the vertical side. I love it over here. It gets wild. It gets crazy. But I got to start focusing on the horizontal side of things. And I'm also building on Rumble right now. So, but rest assured, you might not see me for a day or two. All right, let me take a couple more comments. Let's see. Somebody said Trump is a criminal. Yeah, big time. A con is a con is a con. He's lying and he's going to keep all that money for himself. You think, and his family. So what you think, that he's going to have his family apply for the fund? That's crazy. Possibly. Possibly. You said Trump could have been stopped at the beginning. Now he's untouchable. Yeah. He's definitely untouchable. Definitely. But I'm kind of happy with what's going on with the war powers resolution. So, maybe Congress will give him a hard time. I don't know. But this is insane. This is insane. Let me take a couple more. Hey, what's up? RAI, what's going on, baby? Let's see. Why you cuss? I would have put it up. That was Diane. Okay, I could read it still. Diane said, that's a bunch of BS. Corrupt perverted piece of crap. That's putting it mildly. Somebody said, wow, Stevie Wonder could see through this. Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. Right about now, I see a sea of blue coming. I think MAGA base is that it's over. I think the Republicans, they're getting fed up. They're getting burnt out and tired. They're starting to speak out a little bit. So, you know, change will eventually come. We just got to wait on it. We just got to wait on it. So, but all right, Diamond Gang, I got to get up out of here. It is late. Please, if you have a Rumble account, oh, let me read this. He can't take any of the, right? He can't take any of the money with him when he goes to HELL. I hope he repents. I don't know. He's so cocky. Yeah, he's a liar. He's a liar. I ain't gonna put that up. Alice said, hold on, let me see if I can read this. Wait, Trump and his family may have all the money, but they're not going to be wanted here in the US like New York doesn't want him. Yeah, and don't nobody want him at this point. And is doing way too much. Okay, let me read this. The last greatest president was Kennedy. After that man, MLK, Malcolm X, everything went left after them. Let me say this, and I'm gonna be honest. I didn't like the dad, Bush. Why you say that? You'll be fine. Good night. But let me say this. The father Bush, I didn't like. I liked the son Bush, believe it or not. I liked Bill Clinton. I liked Obama. I didn't like Joe Biden. But I didn't like Trump either. So I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest. Right? Even his wife is sick of him and been sick of him. Yeah, she definitely is. All right, EJ. She definitely is. All right, y'all, let me get up out of here. I want to say shouts out to my subscribers. Shouts out if you are new here and you subscribe to the channel. Please keep your notifications. Oh, no. I need one more like before I go. I'm not leaving. No, wait a minute. I need 6 more likes. I ain't leaving until I get them. I'll keep calling out these comments until I get 6 more likes. Really? You said I don't like any of the names you called out. What? Stop it. Mitch. No. Why not? Well, who did you like? Yeah. I need 6 more likes. Drop the link. All right, bet. Oh, shit. We got Peanut coming up here. Let's get it. What? You said the last good, decent president was Harry S. Truman. Hold on. That was a long time ago. All right. Come on up. We got somebody coming up. Hit the like for my guest. Come on, Peanut. Get your butt up here. We're going to see what Peanut got to say. Come on up. Where you at, Peanut? Okay. We got Peanut coming to the stage. Sis?
Good evening / good morning.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to bed in a minute. How you doing, sis? Can you hear me?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well,
Yeah,
thank
I
you.
said, yeah, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good.
Yeah,
So who is it?
yeah,
I
I'm
said,
like
good. Well,
you.
who is it? What presidents did you like? Which ones did you like?
I would probably say I like JFK. Um, from a
Yeah, I
military
like him.
standpoint, from a military standpoint, I like Bush from the military standpoint because he did a lot for
Which
active
one?
duty
Which
military.
one?
His son, I don't like the daddy.
That's what I said. I like the son. I don't like the dad.
From a military standpoint, I like the son. As a civilian,
So
I
did I.
don't like the son. But he did a
Why don't you
lot
like the son?
because all the son did was pretty much try to finish the battles that his father lost. I mean, we spoke about this before, just not on a panel.
Yeah.
All
And
he
remember,
did
I was
was
in the service
yeah,
during Desert Storm. So
so all he did was try to reload the battles that his father lost. And he recreated all of that
mhm.
for a win for his father. Um, I I
Yeah, he
I don't
did.
like I don't like Obama. I don't. I guess I'm supposed to
What?
like him. I guess I'm supposed to like him because I'm black. I don't like Obama. A
No,
lot of
that's
his
not why. Why didn't you like him?
because he trash, and a lot of his policies was trash. His policies did not help the average person. Like he was very he was very
Can I get six
calculated.
more likes? 6 more likes for the truth. My girl's up here telling the truth. Let me get 6 more likes, Diamond Gang.
He
That
was
what you say? I'm sorry.
he was very calculated with what he did, and he targeted certain groups for that support. So after he gained that support, there was no follow through afterwards. He just pretty much just assumed that you'll just continue voting for him because he did this one thing for you. And we're not even gonna get it twisted to where he's the reason why we have that. What is it called? It's called blue something. Um, it's blue law or something like that. To where if you harm a cop or anything
What
else
up,
like that,
Shawnee? Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Did you hit the like? What's up, Shawnee? That's my sister.
not not did you hit the light?
Black, did you hit the like? I need 4 more likes. Come on, y'all. I'm tired. Okay, go ahead, sis.
But it was like once he
She do.
got you, he just automatically assumed that you was just gonna always vote for him. And he ran his campaign at the beginning as being a black as going to be the he ran his campaign as like, okay, I'm going to be the first black president. Like if you at the beginning of his campaign, I was in basic training, so I missed a lot of it until I got the AIT. Like he was so freaking pro black that it was ridiculous, and then he just changed. I went down a whole rabbit hole on Obama. He just changed. Like the Joker
What?
was
Wait,
smoking
hold on.
Newports. He was smoking Newports and everything.
Yeah, he was smoking cigarettes. He was,
No,
but he stopped.
Newports.
Listen, Melvin, you don't have to. It's not a calling. You just click the link. You know how to do it? You want to come
He's
up?
probably he's probably on the vertical side to where he can't click the link. He has to come over here to the horizontal side to click the link. So click on my sis image, like you see the circle on her page, click on
Wait,
it.
I thought you could hit the link on the vertical.
No, you can't hit the link on the vertical. I told you that, sis. That's why I told you to quit going vertical
Oh,
so much because
shoot.
they can't click links over there. That's why even when before you lost your monetization because of the things that you was covering, I wouldn't post
Yeah.
links on the vertical side. I would post them on the horizontal side because they can't click links over there.
Yup, you're
But
right.
while bro
Damn.
is okay, so why I don't mean to say bro like that, but while EJ is speaking on Michelle, I love Michelle. I love his wife. I just don't like him because again, before I lost my train of thought, like he actually passed that law to where if you're in a commission of a crime and a cop just so
Mm-hmm.
happens to be unalive, it's an automatic life sentence. It's automatic. Obama did that. Obama did that. So I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan. And unfortunately, with how this channel is, I am the controversial person. I'm going to say things
Yes,
that you
she
don't agree
is.
with. I'm just gonna say things you don't agree with. And it is what it is, and that's okay. And that's why this platform is how it is because we're able to sit down and discuss things respectfully. That's it.
Right.
Like I don't
You're right
mind you
about
being a
that.
Trump support. I don't mind you being a Trump supporter, but don't flood the chat talking about Trump 2028 when you know that ain't even legally possible. Legally, it's not possible.
He might make it. The shit he doing now, he might make it legally possible. This
Like I don't.
man,
I sit down and talk to Trump supporters all the time.
listen.
I don't even like that Joker. I like he's running
We need
America
3
right
more
now
likes.
like
If I
it's
don't get 3 more likes, I'm not coming back for
like
4
he's
days.
oh my God. Okay. You have to like bro right now.
I'll
You have to
stay over
like
there
bro.
on Rumble where I'm monetized at. Oh
You acting
shit.
like
Okay, go
you
ahead.
acting like bro. But I don't even like Trump. Like he's running America like it's a reality TV show. Like, what was that? The Princess? You're
Yeah,
fired. You're
he
fired.
is.
Like, and then like let's keep it real. If you look at his first time as president, everybody that served underneath him literally could not find jobs for years. The Joker literally set up his own vice president to be unalived. He pretty much
Yeah.
has, and then it came out that he has a note for the vice president that the vice president ain't even seen in case he gets unalived. Like, come on now.
That note was crazy.
It was
You said
crazy.
a
And not only
president does
that,
not personally pass laws. Right. But
he
still,
doesn't personally
he's
pass
doing
laws, but
too much.
okay, they referencing the Obama thing. The president doesn't personally practice laws. You're correct. However, he marketed that and he stood by it and he was the face of it. Look it up. Look it up because that happened around the same time North Carolina passed the dash cam law, and our governor sat there and said that he was running to change it, and he never did. All of that was happening at the same time. And when he got called out on it, he literally stated, I am not the president for Black people. Nobody asked you to be the president for just Black people. But you ran with the notation that, and you literally specifically picked these groups and said what you would do, and you didn't do any of it. None of it. You got rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Congratulations. That's about, I think that just got appealed because Trump kicking out trans and everything out the military, effective immediately.
Really?
Yes, which I never agreed with anyway. I never agreed with it. I
Wait, what
never
didn't you agree
agreed.
with?
I never agreed with trans being in the military. Once you start messing with hormones, it takes away from you being battle ready. It takes away from it. Like even birth control affects your hormones, which is why when I was taking birth control, I would pick the one that had the least amount of hormones in it. So once you start messing with
Wait a
hormones, that
minute.
that
Wait a
messes you
minute.
up. What I do? What I do?
I'm gonna let you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So
Go
no,
ahead.
for real though, it really does. So he stopped the surgeries because I mean we paid for a whole surgery of a freaking terrorist while he was serving time in a military jail. We paid for a whole reassignment surgery of that dude that wanted to be a woman. So Trump, now that's one thing I do agree with stopping the whole hormonal, the whole surgeries and all the other stuff because you had some people that was literally joining the military just for reassignment surgeries.
She said, "Stop it." My sis
What
said, "Stop it." I don't agree.
stop
I'm
it.
gonna be honest with you. I don't think. I think that anyone um can actually. I don't. I don't believe that. as far as
I
being
sound crazy.
military.
Why I sound crazy? Because you don't agree? There's a difference. You can respectfully disagree, but to say I sound crazy is crazy to me.
Best day.
That's crazy to me to sit there and say that I sound crazy for my personal beliefs.
I believe now. I'm allow you because all opinions are respected, but um, I don't believe as far as not being battle ready because battle ready is more of a mental state.
But when you're messing with the hormonal balance, that affects your mental, does it not?
Yeah, yeah, it can. That's
It
true. It
affects your
can.
mental. So when you're
It
introducing
can.
hormones to a body that really doesn't belong there, it's going to take an emotional toll on you. You see women, and I'm gonna
I
say
can
this for
believe
an
that.
example. Like you see women that literally
Yeah.
are going through, what do you call it, IVF, and they're injected all kind of hormones into their body, and they just randomly cry for no reason. And they will
Listen,
literally
I
say, and
believe
they will literally say that. So that's why I said what I said. Like once you start introducing things into your body that is abnormal, it is going to affect your mental.
I agree with that because let me tell you this, which was very surprising to me when the gynecologists, a lot of them, and they started this years ago, they are allowed to prescribe psych meds. So, you know, especially when it comes to imbalance, and it can be caused from birth control and different things like that. So, yeah, you're right. Hormones can affect your mentals. And battle ready, you do have to be mentally stable. So, you just changed my mind on that one.
Exactly,
You
like
just changed my
you
mind on
you
that one.
served, and I've served. We're both veterans on this platform. So with that being
She said,
said,
"What does
like,
that say about?" But no, she's a veteran. She done way more years than we have. She's
and
over
that's
20
cool,
years Navy.
and that's
But
cool.
let answer
But
this question. She's saying, "What does that say about women serving every day?
it has
Hormones
nothing
are
to
not
do.
abnormal."
It, the point is not about hormones. It's about introducing abnormal hormones. If your body is not used to that hormonal level, it's going to affect your mental. So I think she probably still stuck on the birth control thing when I said, okay, that's why I select the birth control that has the least amount of hormones. That's
She
probably what she's
said, "Do
still
you?"
stuck on. I don't have to have a medical
No,
degree. I'm a whole woman that birthed 3 kids that has been on different types of doggone freaking birth controls. I done tried the doggone freaking the depot, what is it, the depot shot, the pill. I done tried several different pills, and I have a whole IVF. Do you know that they extended my IVF,
Meek
my
said,
IUD?
"Lord." Meek said, "Lord."
They extended my IUD for a whole freaking year because they done doggone tested it on somebody in prison. They extended my IUD for a whole year. Do you know how much of an imbalance that was for me when it should have been
Hit the
replaced?
like, hit the like, hit the
Don't
like.
play with me
Let's
about
see.
that.
I'm
If
over
you don't
one.
agree, you don't
She
have to
said,
agree. And that's cool.
She said, "You can't put out this information."
I
Was
can, it's
crazy about
my
your comment, whether
opinion.
you believe it or not.
It's my opinion. I ain't sit there and say that it is a medical diagnosis. It is my opinion. Just like you're
She
entitled to
said, "Okay,
yours.
let's go back." She said, "We all have the same. We all have the same hormones in our
We
body. It's just the level in which we have them."
we all do not have the same hormones. I don't have the same hormones as Yolanda. I don't have the same doggone freaking hormones as Peter, Tom, Dick, and Harry down
Okay,
the
hold on.
street.
Once we clear this up, we got to go back. Everyone is different. What works? Wait, everyone is different. What works for you will not work for another. And Mitch said, "No, you don't.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
because
you.
you try medication, it doesn't make you an expert in it."
Who said I was an expert? You're assuming.
Hold on. I
You're
don't know if
assuming
this is.
because she's emotionally attached. I'm sorry.
Wait, I don't know. I don't. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Let me make sure this is who I think it is. Hold on. Hold on. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Because I'm
like
not
that
sure, but go ahead.
individual, because I don't know if that's a woman or a man speaking. I don't know. I don't know if that's a trans speaking. Like, there's no disrespect here. I never stated that I was an expert. I'm speaking as an
She said you are.
individual.
Okay, so you are
Yeah,
making assertions as if they are the truth, friend.
I'm not your friend because I don't know who you are from a can of paint. I'm not your friend.
Hold
My
on. Let
opinion
me see
is my
something.
opinion, and I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on my opinion. Whether it's politically correct for you or not, that's not my problem. That's a personal issue. That's a personal issue. I am very controversial. Sis
There's
knows
two
that.
people. Wait a minute. There's two people in this chat that I believe that I know. Hold on.
Thank you,
Not
Mitch.
unless W.
I don't
I
even.
know that my sis got. Okay. WTB
I don't.
WTBP. You want to hit the link?
I'm gonna drop down because I'm probably going to cussing, and I don't want to cuss.
No,
I've
wait,
been
just
having a
wait,
good
wait,
day
wait.
because this joker trying to make it seem like I'm a whole expert and everything else. I never said that. I just gave my personal
Okay.
opinion. I came up so you can get your 100 likes because I am controversial.
Listen, we got another comment. I'm trying to figure out that's this is not who I thought it was. Anyway, they said grow up. This is not who I thought it
Uh,
was. This got to be a
Grow
troll.
down. If I gotta grow up, you grow
Anyway,
down because you too cocky. So grow down.
if this person said if God didn't make it, don't take it.
Oh
All
God.
these drugs and alcohol and pharmaceuticals are a form of defining our defilling our bodies.
Mm. Oh my God. Alice,
Yeah, this is
why?
we're that's all we're doing. We're sharing views. Listen, we're sharing views and opinions. That's it. That's all.
And
Views and opinions.
all of this out of nowhere, like everybody has the
But
right to their opinion. I have mine,
I
and that's
do
my personal opinion, is that when you introduce hormones into your body that is not meant to be in your body, because if it was, you would have had it. It's going to affect your mental, period. There's an adjustment period. There's an adjustment period. Even your doctors tell you that there will be an adjustment period. I can't tell you
yeah,
how
no
many
doubt.
times I've like I would speak to my doctor with going through different birth controls. It's an adjustment period. It is no different than you being pregnant and your body is producing more hormones than normal. And
Okay.
you just
Now we're
randomly
gonna get back
cry
on
because you ain't get a
politics.
Snicker bar.
We're gonna go back on politics. I don't want the replay gang to be like, what? I thought this was about Trump.
They
But
probably might enjoy that part.
we don't went yeah. They probably would. They might make them subscribe. To be honest with you, everybody
but
like a
but
little spiciness.
but back on Trump, like, and back on the presidents and things like that. I'm not a fan of Trump. I didn't even like Trump when he was on The Apprentice. I ain't like him then. I thought he was rude.
I did.
It's, I thought he was rude
That's the
then,
sad
especially
part.
yeah, especially when I went down a rabbit hole of when I went down a rabbit hole with him and how he was doing his tenants that was renting from him and how he didn't want to rent to black
Mhm.
people. So I've never
Oh
been a fan of
yeah, I
Trump.
remember that.
And how he did Central Park 5. I have never been a fan of Trump. But I told people during the first election he was gonna win. Everybody called me a lie. I I so many people owe me money and they still ain't paid me. I still ain't got my money because I said he was gonna win. Because of the climate during that time and this time was different. It was a shift. And you could feel it. You can feel it. And then for his base to support him as much as he did, as much as they do, it's confusing to me because he called them stupid.
Yeah.
He called all of them stupid.
And he's still calling, yeah, he's still doing it because he talks to the reporters crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, but no, I've only liked Bush due to what he did for active duty people during that time. But he also had to do that because he was sending us to war.
Yeah.
Is he cool with Obama and everything like that now? Yes. Is he probably more humble now and more sweet now? Yes. He did his time to society. He did all of that. He may be actually a good person, but a lot of things that he did as president I don't agree with. And I also was younger when he was elected as well. Like when I joined, I was barely 21.
Wait, let me say this. I agree if one voiced their opinion, one should be expected. We're just saying don't be disrespectful. Like you're crazy and like don't do that. That's
'Cause-
all.
And I'm being real nice. I'm pretty sure EJ been waiting for me to cuss you out. I've been being real nice.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not even gonna do that
Been
because it's not my
above
platform.
ground for Oh wow, you're 71
That
and
is
still
beautiful.
learning life.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. Someone
Congratulations.
said mega us. Y'all going down. Y'all going down. It's a sea of blue. It's coming.
Sis, don't even
Nah,
highlight. Don't even
Tristan.
highlight that. Don't even highlight that last comment. Don't
What?
highlight no more comments because I'm gonna get upset.
Yeah, you're gone. Didn't we just tell you that you couldn't be disrespectful? You're done. Good night. And your boy's on his way out. Oh, you did. You said you sound crazy. But still, that was kind of mean.
I didn't take it as me.
Oh shoot. That that was that is my sister. I know. Look, I'm like, hold on. That don't sound like that could be that's not her. That's her. That's her.
Mm, it is. I don't like your sister
Yeah, that's
then.
my sister for real.
I don't.
What?
No, because like, why
No,
she coming?
seriously, all jokes aside. No, all jokes aside, that really is her. At first, I wasn't sure. I knew that her YouTube channel was initials, but I wasn't sure at first because I'm like, hold up, is this her?
Because there
And
ain't no
then,
need for
yeah, it
that.
was her.
There ain't no need for that because you don't agree. Because like,
She said, you don't have
there's
to like me. You don't even know me.
that's
All
fine.
right, y'all. Girls,
And
ladies,
and
be
you
nice.
and
Be
you
nice.
don't know me. You don't know me, but you saying I
Be
sound
nice.
crazy. You don't know me. I can say you sound crazy right now for your opinion. It's an opinion. That's it. An opinion. That's it.
I wasn't
I'm
sure.
not
I was
going.
like, hold
Yeah,
up.
I'm not going back and forth over my opinion whatsoever at all. My sister already let me know that, well, your sister has already let you know, and I'll let you know that I'm very controversial.
Y'all could have battled that one out though. That would have been a good. But then
That
again, I don't want to go off topic. That would have
I
been a good
it
debate.
maybe that might be good for another day if she keep it respectful, but I feel disrespected at this point. Don't be
All
calling me
right.
crazy. Like putting a tag on somebody about craziness is ridiculous, especially in our community. You don't put no tag and no label on nobody like that because you don't like what they're saying.
He said, hell yeah.
You don't do
She
that.
said sound. She said she didn't say you're crazy. She said you
But it was
sound
still a label.
crazy.
It was still a label.
I get it.
It was a label. I didn't put no label on her.
Mitch, that's what I say. Talk it out. Talk it out.
Yeah, I didn't put no label on her. I didn't say that you out here being reckless. I didn't do any of that. I didn't put a label on you. I sat there and
You don't
I
need that.
continued to say, I continue to say that Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Is my opinion. When you sat there and said, when she stated that,
Okay, she
I don't,
said,
mm-mm,
I
mm-mm,
think this is a
mm-mm,
good one. Y'all could go
no,
back. Y'all could go back. This is a good
I'm
one.
about to,
She
no,
said you might
I
need to
don't want to hear it.
revisit what battle ready really means and take a look at hormones in the man's body and then a woman's body. You might be surprised. Just my opinion.
I don't have to be surprised about anything. I don't have to be surprised about anything. If
No, what
she's
she's saying
okay,
is what's the definition of battle ready?
if she's okay with allowing
She said, are
trans to
you
come into,
debating or do you want to argue?
she trying to
She said, are you
argue.
debating or
I won't
arguing?
try to debate nothing. I came up here to get you your 100
I think
likes,
this would
and
be
then
a good
I,
debate.
and
Okay.
that was
All
it.
right.
If you want to make it a good debate right now, that's fine. I won't prepare
Yeah.
for it right now, but I don't mind as long as it's respectful. So if she wants to click the
Okay.
link and have a conversation, she be respectful and not place labels out there. We can do that, but also
You want to
understand
debate?
as much as I have an old soul, I'm also not 40, and my opinion and my stance is not going to change. I do not believe transsexuals should be in the military. That's it. And when
When you say
and I
that, or you're saying, wait, let me ask you this. So you're saying, okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you're saying, and when you say it, for some reason, I think that you are leaning more so a man, maybe.
no, period. Period. Like I don't mind if you like the same sex and you join. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I
Let me
feel
say
like
this.
okay, let me clarify this part real quick before you say that.
Okay, go ahead. Clear it. Okay,
So
go ahead.
let me clarify this because Meek just said I can come off strong sometimes. I know because I'm very direct. This is
Okay.
Sagittarius in me. My apologies. So I don't, if you want to join, I feel like the reconstructive surgery and everything else should already be established to where it's not a transition. It's not a transition to where you're not going to always be battle ready. Because I've seen so many women kicked out for just getting pregnant too many doggone times because they don't want to take birth control or they're Catholic and they can't take birth control. So if that same stipulation is put on women, and then you have a woman that can't even get a breast reduction or a breast
Hmm.
increase, but then you have somebody else that comes in and they're able to have reconstructive surgery, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that
I
because
see what you're saying.
they have to go through so many doggone therapy sections, therapy sessions and everything else like that to even get a boob job or a nose job to show that they're depressed. But then you have this individual that can come into the military and get a whole sex change. That's not cool. That's not cool. But if you want to join, have all of that done before. And then I can look at
But here's
the
the
numbers
thing,
and everything
even if
else
they have it
outside of that.
done, even if they have it done before they join, they have to
Please
stay
don't
on
be.
those hormones.
They still have to stay on those
It's not like
hormones,
they're
but
yeah.
it's not going to be an introduction to the hormones because, like I said at the beginning, like I said earlier, I just swiped the comments. I ain't even reading the comments no more. But like I said at the beginning, the introduction of hormones makes a difference. But at the same time, if they're on them, they've already realized what their balance is. Now, the flip side of that is it's going to be a never ending battle. They're going to need more hormones. They're going to need more hormones. And who's going to pay for that? Is that going to be taxpayers' dollars again? Or is that going to be their own personal fund? Is that coming out their own pocket or we as taxpayers have to pay for that?
Okay. So she said, how do you know this? Have you ever taken this hormone medicine and going through the process.
Are you asking me if I'm a transsexual? The fuck? You asked me if
I
I
don't
ain't no
think she's asking
transsexual.
you that.
I told
But
you I
that don't
slept
mean
with
you had
women.
never taken hormones before. Hold on, back up, back up. You could go to the doctors when you're going through menopause. You get hormone pills.
I told
You don't
you.
have to be a transsexual to take
I
hormones.
told you I ain't even 40, so no, I ain't going through menopause yet. I have not even had any of my organs, my sexual organs or reproductive organs removed. So no, I don't know anything about that. But what I do know is I definitely serve with people that was transitioning and didn't want to say
Okay,
so. I've
okay.
served with them. I've served with drag queens when Obama doggone freaking removed Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I've seen it.
I don't know, man. I'm on a fence with this shit because I believe in equal opportunities. I'm just that type of person.
And that's
I
fine.
am.
And that's fine. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you for your personal opinion on that. I'm not. But what I'm also
But
saying is battle ready because when you go look at everything that's going on around us right now. They're not going to have
Mhm.
access to medication like that if they deploy. You already know that even when we was going through deployment training and we
But
getting
let's go
shots and
back.
stuff
There's
like
people,
that,
but
when we getting shots
I
and
hear
stuff
what
like
you.
that, it takes like they tell you that it's gonna mess up your birth control. But people want
I
to sit
hear
there and
what you
say that
saying.
they get pregnant to get off deployment, but no, the shots counter-reacted with the birth control, and then you pop up pregnant. I'd have been through the
I hear
anthrax, the
what you
small shots,
saying.
the smallpox shot, and all of that. Go ahead, sis.
I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say.
You said you
So
hear
she
what I'm
said, so
saying.
you're just against gays. So what if they weren't transitioning?
I already said I don't have a problem with that. I don't have
Got
a
you.
problem with
Okay,
that.
bingo.
I went I went to a whole drag show with my NCO that was gay. I don't have a problem with that. My whole
Yeah,
thing
he is.
is my whole thing is just a battle ready thing. They're not gonna have access to that medication. They're not, especially underneath this current climate that we're in now. You got people that was doggone freaking
Oh yeah,
deployed.
Trump ain't doing that.
Yeah, he not doing it. So why even put yourself through it? You're not going to have access to that medication, period. What are they going to do? Send you with a year supply? Let's not forget when deployments first started, they was 18 months to 2 years. Then it went down to 12. Then it went down to 9. That's what I'm talking about being battle ready. So what you about to get sent
Yeah, that's a
down
fact.
range for
That's a
two
fact.
years with no access
But
to
listen to this.
medication?
Let's say this though. But that's not. But I'm going to say this. I hear what you're saying, but that wouldn't just be with transgenders only. And this is what made me even bring this up. Women are full of hormones and issues, especially through menopause. Some women at young ages have to get full hysterectomies, which forces them into menopause, which forces them to have to be able to take hormones.
Mm.
So it's just not people that's transitioning. You understand what I'm saying?
I
It
understand what
could
you're
be a
saying.
normal woman.
I
But
understand what you're
y'all,
saying.
it's
And
almost
it's
2 in the morning, man. Y'all better subscribe to this damn channel. Hit the damn like. Remember, I am on Rumble at the Great Spills the Tea. If you want to donate, this channel is no longer monetized due to me speaking on political issues. So if you would like to donate, the Cash App is $ the Great Spills the Tea. Y'all get a hell of a show. And all I ask for in return, majority of the time, is a like. And sometimes I have to beg for that. And for those reasons, I have to remove myself from the virtual, I mean, I said the virtual, from the vertical side of things. I can't be over here like I used to because of that. And I hate that. But I need to focus on those subscribers that are loyal, that are supporting. So I will, um, oh shit. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh Lord.
Hold on. Yeah, so that are, loyal and yeah, I got to do it that way. Even though I love it over here, I love that I get all these different walks of life in the chat. But to be honest with you, it's just people just scrolling over here. Scrolling. Some subscribe and a lot don't. Some I see all the time and it's very few. And a lot of y'all I don't. And I'm just being honest, you know. So right now I am over there on Rumble. And I'm trying to grow my platform over there. You're automatically monetized. You don't have to get 1,000 subs. You don't have to get 2,000 watch hours. So as soon as you're over there, not views, but ads are placed on your channel. So I'm trying to build that Rumble account. But I will not, leave my subs, out there. I'm still providing celebrity content. I'm just not going vertical and horizontal at all times.
Are you
So
gonna post your link
you
on
will not see.
are you gonna post your link for Rumble so they can easily just click on
Yeah,
it and
on my
download?
yes. Today I went on Rumble by myself. I didn't attach my YouTube channel. The first 2 live streams that I did on Rumble, I also streamed at the same time on YouTube, but it was horizontal. This is the first vertical live that I've done since in 2 days, a couple days. But yeah, I'm over 4K. I said once I hit 4K that I was going to stop going vertical as much as I was. So you might only see me vertical maybe once or twice a week. So if you're not subscribed and you like the content, I suggest you subscribe because yeah, I will only be over here maybe once or twice a week.
EJ,
So
post the Rumble link and the horizontal live. So that way the replay game, because the replay game comes on
oh
on
yeah,
the
the
horizontal
horizontal.
side. The replay game doesn't really catch the verticals. So if you have that link, please post it on the horizontal side, because if anybody's like me, while I'm listening, I'm reading the comments. So yeah, if you can head over to the horizontal side and post the link of that. And then hopefully she would make a community post saying follow her here. And then we can gain
Yeah.
she can get some subscribers over there as well, since she's already monetized, and we can get those numbers up.
Yeah, heck yeah. You could, and over there you automatically you could receive super chats, all types of stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to build over there. Um while
Yeah,
still maintaining what I got over here.
yeah, I agree with you, Mitch. The different type of conversations that we have over here would be good, but
Oh yeah.
since I'm so controversial, I'm gonna be attacked, and I don't like being attacked.
Yeah, Compton, you was breaking bad real quick, yo. Like what?
I
But
don't
no,
like being
these is the
attacked. I
type of
don't.
this subject right here. I think that I am going to um do a live stream horizontal on this topic this week. So
Oh
we can
Lord,
continue this conversation.
I'm going to
Yeah,
bed.
because I get what you're saying, and this is just the type of person that I am. I respect who people want to be in life. I think that everybody should get a fair shot. And I
I
get
don't want
what you're
anybody
saying
to
as
think that
well, but it's
I
not.
don't want it. Yeah, but I don't want anybody to think that I don't respect who they want to be. I respect you. It's just certain things I just don't agree with. That doesn't mean that I disrespect you.
Yeah,
I just want to make that
but
clear. I don't want anybody to take away,
and
oh, she hate gays. Let's not do that.
at first I was on board with you because hormones, any type of anything you put foreign in your body, not I don't even want to say, well, yeah, anything manufactured by man that you put in your body can do, you know, as far as chemically imbalance and things, it can happen. However, it's just not um people that's transitioning that take hormones.
I didn't think
And
about
I
that, and
know
I'm glad
plenty
you
of
brought
young
that
women.
up.
Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up.
I thought about that.
Yeah, I
If
didn't
they
think
if
about
they
that.
get,
And Miss WTB, I don't have to pick a lane. I'm only saying I'm controversial because my sis told me I was controversial. She told me I was
yeah.
controversial, so I just stuck with it and was just like, okay, I'm controversial. That's how that
Yeah,
started.
that's true. I nicknamed her that. And okay, she said that's why she said you sound crazy. Nah.
Like I'm not gonna
But
pick a
yeah, I
lane.
didn't
Like I'm not gonna pick a side just because you want me to pick a side. Like I'm just not gonna do it. That's why I'm an unaffiliated voter. I'm not gonna pick a side.
that
I'm
too.
gonna
That's yeah, that too. You missed
I'm gonna
that
go
one,
by what makes sense to me. And I
Shawnee.
be giving all
You
kind of
missed that
hell.
one.
I be giving all kind of hell in my
That was a
county. She'll tell you
controversial.
about it. She'll tell you about it.
Yeah, that was controversial too. When we got into that conversation about, yeah, that was deep. That's when that guy came up. That was a good one too, that we didn't finish. We were supposed to come back the next day or two on that, and we didn't. Uh,
Uh, Part of me is not being
she
careful
said,
about what I say. I already knew you was gonna read it, so I just went on ahead and answered it. I'm not gonna be careful
okay,
about what
cool,
I
cool,
wouldn't
cool.
be who I am if I was careful about what I said. You know what? Y'all here today because I'm getting on your nerves or you enjoying it. Either way you put it, why do I have to be careful about what I say? Why do I have to be so careful about what I say if that's how I generally feel? To not offend somebody? I'm a black woman in America, a single mom at that. Nobody care about my feelings. So I'm supposed to care about everybody else's? I don't got to do that.
She
No,
said
I'm
we
not.
all have to be careful with our words. Words
I'm
mean
not. I'm not
things.
being. I'm not being careful no more. I'm not. I'm almost 40. I'm not being careful with my words no more. I'm sick and I'm
Oh, you sound
tired.
like my mom.
I am
You sound
sick
like my
and I am
mom.
tired. I'm not being careful with my words. I protected and guarded my words for so freaking long. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not going to placate to somebody else's feelings that don't care about me. Where was all these people that I'm supposed to protect and guard my words against when we was being gunned down in the streets? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere. That's why the black community ain't beating the pavement now. I'm not going to be careful with anything I say anymore. If you don't like it, that's fine. I'm not here for everybody. Now, a one-on-one conversation, if I know you one-on-one, of course I'm gonna protect your emotions. I'm gonna protect your heart. I'm gonna protect
Yeah.
you. But a stranger out in the streets, I don't care how you feel because you don't care how I feel. That's it. That's all. Yeah, sis, go ahead and set up this debate because I think she misunderstanding me.
Okay, we'll set up the debate. I'll get up with her and see
Oh,
when
I'm
I'll
so
get up with
sorry.
both of y'all and see when
Unalived,
y'all got
unalived,
time.
unalived, unalived. My bad, EJ.
Yeah, I agree. We already beat the block. I agree on that one. I definitely agree on that one.
While she's mentioning voting,
That's
though,
the only
sis,
way.
but while she's mentioning voting,
Mhm.
she don't even know what I do.
Oh yeah. Go ahead and tell her what you do. I forgot about that just that
I'm
quick.
literally the first one at the prisons
Yeah.
getting and registering people to vote.
Vote. Yeah.
I'm a part
She
of You Can
definitely
Vote
and she
to
sends
let you
those.
know that you a felon in the state of North Carolina and you can still vote. I'm picking people up and
Yeah.
taking them to the polling locations so they can vote. I do all of that. All of it.
Yeah.
So no, I do that. So don't think that I'm just some random person just comes up here and just runs off at the mouth. No, I be reporting on cases. And if you right, you right. If you wrong, you
Yeah.
wrong. And I register people to freaking vote. I literally sent every inmate in my county a letter with a registration freaking ballot for them to freaking register to vote and had You Can Vote to come in that facility. Nobody has ever done that in my county. I did that. So no, I take voting very seriously. And they was able to bring the organization I'm part of into that facility and register the inmates right then and there at the county jail if they were able to register to vote. I literally tell everybody all the time, if you are not currently serving a sentence of a felony in the state of North Carolina, you can still vote. Even if you're a convicted felon, you can vote as long as you completed your debt to society. I do that.
Okay,
But
wait, I
going,
don't get this question. Go ahead.
no, go
All
ahead,
right, we're gonna
sis.
close out. We're closing out. We're closing out. We're gonna close out. All right, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. We will have this debate
Oh my
sometime this
God.
week. If you guys are interested, we gotta have it now. We
No,
gotta have it now.
I just looked at her comment. She was like, you literally just said you don't care. And I just stopped reading. Because it was just like, you just got, I just corrected you and you just hammering on one point. So I already know how this is gonna go with the debate. Good night, y'all. Thank you for joining
Who's
and
gonna
thank
be
you
the
for the support.
referee? I can't referee. We're gonna get Dove the referee.
No, Dove is not gonna be a good referee. At this point, you might as well go ahead and call Boogie. Call Miss
Oh
Liz.
yeah, he's a good referee. Nah, I think Boogie will be a good referee because he's ex-military and he's a very intelligent man.
Girl, bye. Not you, not you. Girl, bye.
I know you
I'm
talking to
talking,
my
I'm talking.
sister.
Yeah, girl, bye. You like, ugh. You better be
Yeah, this
glad I ain't have.
debate gonna be
You better
good.
be,
Get
you better be
mad,
glad I
get
ain't have me
mad,
a
get
drink. You
mad.
better be glad I ain't have me no drink. Oh, you better be glad I ain't have me no drink. Oh, you better be glad I ain't have me no drink.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell. Nah, I ain't even gonna tell you. I was gonna tell you something, but then that'll be cheating. I ain't even gonna tell you. I'm gonna let you
No,
see for
just
yourself.
just sit on the sideline. That's all I care about. Just sit on the sideline.
All right,
I ain't
all right,
disappointed in
bet.
shit.
Okay, this is how we're gonna set up the debate. This is how we're
Listen,
gonna do the debate, real quick, y'all.
I'm gonna
These is
tell you,
gonna be the
let me
rules.
let me tell you how I'm gonna cheat real quick. How you gonna tell me I should be disappointed in myself? I had my first kid at 15. If I ain't disappointed by now, I ain't gonna be disappointed. Cause I pulled myself up by my
Listen,
own bootstraps. Don't play with me.
listen. This is how we're gonna do the debate. 3 minutes apiece, and then I'm going to stop the clock and mute you, and I will have a timer because we're not going to do the talking over each other and screaming. So that's what I'll do. So while you get to speak and verse, you do your point, she will be muted and the timer will be started. Once your 3 minute mark is up, boom. vice versa. So we'll do it like that. But all right, y'all, man. Shouts out to everybody that came through. I love you guys. Please, please, Replay Gang, hit the like, stay tuned, subscribe, and we out. You got any closing thoughts? Sounds like Mitch, you little troublemaker. You ain't even come scoop me. You said I'm. Well, you ain't right. She could come on. If I'm look, if I'm
I can't
timing
control
it.
my emotions.
Good morning, Charles.
Trust me. If I couldn't control my emotions, she would have been cussed out by now. Sis, no, I'll cuss you out
Now,
real quick.
seriously, I'ma be. Yeah, she be going crazy.
Yeah, and
She do. This is a
I'm
lot of
definitely
self
very
control.
I'm
This
very
is a
in
lot of
control
self
of my
control.
emotions. Very. I'm
This is a
actually
lot of
laughing at you
control.
right now because you think you know me so well. So I'm laughing. And to be honest with you, while I'm laughing, you'll love me in real life.
Good night.
You just won't agree with everything I'm
Yeah,
saying, but you'll love me in real life.
she would, cause I've been knowing her all my life, damn near, and she would.
Good night.
She would.
I'm just
All right, y'all.
misunderstood
We
because
got
you
to get
don't
up.
like what I'm saying. Good
That's
night.
it.
Love you guys.
That's it. And I agree. I agree. So y'all, you need to do the debate. Don't try to back out now, Shawnee.
Don't call her out by her name. Don't
That's
do
not her
that.
real name.
Okay.
That's not her real name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's just a nickname. Yeah.
All right. Miss Triple S, go
All
ahead and do
right.
what you do, baby. Good night. Love you
All
guys.
right.
Love
Good
you,
night.
sis.
Love you too. Love you too. All right. That was a good one, y'all. That was a good one. All right, y'all. I got to get up out of here. It is super late. Shawnee, don't back out of this one. Just had a conversation. That's all. You never know where it go. Y'all might agree to disagree, move on, or she might change her mind on some things and you might change your mind on some things. Come on, man. We got to show the people this is what we do. All right, y'all. I will see you guys over here on the vertical side probably. If something crazy happened, I'm going to spark up a live over here, no doubt. But if it stay pretty calm and the ceasefire is still in effect, I will see you guys in 2 days. If you guys have a Rumble account, I'll be over there going live probably for the next 2 days, but it'll be midday. I haven't done a late night live over there just yet, so it's just been midday. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Shouts out to all my moderators, everybody that participated, subscribers and potentially new subscribers. Thank you guys for hitting that like, and I will see you guys on the next one.
It's your under degrees. Sip on me. I'll pour it hot, so hot. I'll pour it sweet, so sweet. Spilling his tea, spilling and sipping his tea, spilling and sipping his tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, feeling great, spilling tea. Have a seat and join me. Sip some tea, unwind with me. Let's grab a snack and talk some smack. I'm your girl, I got your back. I got the news, I got the views. I bet you can't wait, I know you can't wait to sip this tea. Sip this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling and sipping this tea. Spilling this tea. Spilling and sipping 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 this tea. Thanks for watching me, tuning in, subscribing, hitting that like, smash that like. I don't bite, no. It's your under degree, shining bright, set the stage. Hollywood dreams, red carpet scenes, glitter and glow, the secrets I know. Drama with flair, I serve it rare. I got the scoop, I got the proof. I know you can't wait, so come and escape and sip this tea. Spilling his, sipping his tea, spilling his tea, sipping his, spilling his tea, sipping his.